This is Community Formation, a podcast made by and for the Twilight Imperium community. All right, Frox, let's see that puppy dog.
Choco!
Let's see that
Choco!
baby boy. Come on, let's see
Come
him.
here, buddy.
Bring him up.
Come here.
Bring him up.
Come here. Oh, look who it is.
baby.
Look at him. Doesn't he just look at his wiener?
Oh my
Look
God.
at
That's a great way to start this off, man. That's a great vibe to start this off. But dude,
for sure.
What a big muscly hunk of a dog. He is.
Well, I mean, Choco looks good too.
Well, yeah, no kidding. But yeah, no, he is just like, he's just all muscle, huh?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got to weigh at least probably 70 pounds
Oh my
now. Like
gosh.
he was 50 when I got him
Uh-huh.
a little over a month and a half ago, and you feed him 3 cups of that blue buffalo a day, and
Totally.
next thing you know, you're like, fuck, why did I get a pit bull?
Yeah, no kidding. But he is so sweet. Oh my gosh.
He's a literal sweetie. If
He
he
is
did
such a
not have
sweetie.
horrible separation anxiety, he'd be unequivocally a perfect animal.
Well, I feel like something like that is like, he like probably grows out of it a little bit, right? He's just,
I would think so.
Do you say he's
He
like
can't
9 months or something?
Yeah, he's 10 months old.
10 months?
Yeah, actually 10
Right.
months old. 11 months. No, 10 months old today. Yeah, the 18th.
Wow.
So.
Goodness.
Yep,
Well,
yep,
hell
yep.
yeah. So, hello everyone. We are going to just kind of settle into the whole intro here because we got a lot to talk about. It's been a while. There's a pretty good explanation for that. You know, there's a lot of different reasons that are coming together, but I don't know. The first one is just that life been wacky crazy, man. Like life been a whole wacky crazy roller coaster of stuff, and biggest thing with Frox here is that he's got this little baby beautiful boy.
I do have a little baby beautiful
Little
boy.
baby
Got him on
beautiful boy.
August 24th
Yeah.
at a work event because I was at lunch and they were like, hey, there's the adoptable dogs out back. And I'm like, hey,
Yep.
planned for this.
Totally.
So I walk outside. I'm like, I'm just going to say hi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was my first mistake.
It was done for.
The second
You were
mistake
done
was
for.
it was over. There was only one mistake made, and that was going near them.
Exactly.
And then I bend over to pet Choco, and he puts his head just right here and holds it there. I'm like, oh no,
Oh God.
oh no, oh no. So I called Brass. I called 3 different people.
Yeah.
One was Brass, and he's like, I can't. I'm having trouble saying no, Brent.
Yeah, I actually tell this story a lot, to other people because people would ask me about my cats and everything, and then I say I actually had a conversation with my friend where he was trying to say talk me off the ledge here. I'm about to get a dog. So try and talk me out of this, and I told you, Frox, I think you should experience the joy and the misery that is pet ownership. And I've told that story so many times because it's just encapsulates the whole thing. It's
for sure.
It's amazing
for sure.
and beautiful and a joy, but also a huge pain in your ass.
It's a giant pain in my ass, man, and in the best possible way. I mean, you and I are both the single parents.
Yeah.
To use the air quotes there, and it's
single dads.
I come
tough
home
life,
and
dude.
it's well.
Yeah.
Hanging out with the dog, this is great. But then you're like, oh, fuck, I have to hang out with the dog.
Yeah.
And I've been marathon training, so I've had to scale that around, walking him 3-4 miles in the morning and then walking him 3 to 5 miles at night. And then keep that up, go running later in the evenings and just everything is just kind of way more complicated, which is another reason we haven't been able to sit down. Another reason I haven't been around TI that much. Top of that, I've had a lot of life stuff happen. Don't really want to go into on the show, not because of it's more for time because Brass has heard me bitch about this constantly since June.
Sure.
But DM me. I'll let you know what's going on. But the big thing that did happen that I will announce is one of my best friends from college passed away of a heart attack very suddenly, and it has not been the easiest of time for me.
Can't be, dude. Can't be. How can it be?
It's been hard to get motivated
Yeah.
to even do fun stuff like this, but I'm here. I've made it. It's been great.
Yeah.
Casted a game just last night.
Oh, that was such a
We'll
good
talk
time.
about that a little during the
definitely.
Articles of War.
You're blonde,
I've started a new job.
and you're blonde now.
Oh, I'm blonde. Yeah. I'm going as Beachkin for Halloween. Beachkin. That's my job. Beach. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And I know I mentioned it in one of the interviews. I think it's I think it's with Oldwolf, but if you want to pick up dudes, wear anime shirts out.
Yes.
Okay?
Definitely.
That is the one thing in life I have learned that you will just be fucking like that. What's that gif of the girl with the hot dogs
the
being
hot
thrown
dogs
at her?
in the face? Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
that is
yeah,
literally
sure.
like you think I'm joking, but that is absolutely what happens to you.
I mean, yeah, go blonde, go Ken, and then have a Yu Yu Hakusho shirt on, and that'll do it, man. That'll do it.
Oh yeah, dude. No, actually get a puppy if you want to pick up girls.
For sure.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, so that's our dating advice podcast that we're going to start, and it really has a lot
we actually
to
were
do
talking
with
about this
anime.
pre-game. Yeah. We're starting one. It's called the Red Flag Collection about how not to date.
No,
I think like that can be very successful because we've been very successful at failing in relationships.
Sure, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Speak for yourself, man. No,
I mean, I am right now, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. But my life's great, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be okay. Things have been a little hard, but yet again, reach out. I'll tell you everything that's happening. I'm an open book.
Word.
So, what's been going on with you, dude? Why has life been
man.
You know, why has it been hard for you to even meet up too?
I don't know. I've just been kind of like trying to figure out a lot of stuff as far as just like stuff that I have to get taken care of, you know, like taking care of some like medical stuff that's like ultimately not a big deal, but it's just like it's just all logistics, man. And it's all logistics and it's just like waiting for like insurance to say that it's okay to do like whatever, and then that means I'll be like recovering from a procedure for weeks, which makes it hard to plan other stuff like fun stuff, professional stuff, whatever. I guess the biggest thing, well, first of all, I'll tilt my head really quick. If you're looking on the YouTube, you can see that I've got this little cat tree in the back, and you can see Nina up on the top bed. And that was a huge come up right there because the girls were going crazy without having anything like that. So I just had to do this like emergency run to the pet store and be like, okay, this thing's like already set up. Like I don't even have the time to like put this thing together. Like I'm just gonna stuff this in the hatchback and take it back and just like put the girls on it and be like, okay, chill the fuck out, please chill the fuck out. Now you have something that where you can like have a perch, because without a perch or whatever, it's like they're trying to find a perch, so they get up on all the stuff that I don't want them up on, like the kitchen counters, and they don't listen to me. You know,
why the fuck would they?
They don't listen. Why the fuck would they? I like start yelling like, no, and they're like, fuck you, Dad. You know,
I mean, like, what's this guy gonna do? Not feed us? He's gonna feed us.
No, for real.
He's gonna feed us.
Yeah, so I don't know. As far as the girls, like they're fine. They recovered from their spay. They are growing up. They are getting real big, and it's just so sweet.
They don't look very kitten-like anymore, buddy.
Not really. No, they're definitely transitioning. They're
starting to look very cat-like.
They're transitioning to being adult cats, but they're still like kitten energy. You know.
They're gorgeous though, man. I am gonna say that.
Beautiful, beautiful baby girls.
But I'm massaging my dog right now.
Of course. Of course.
Anyone's curious. That's how I'm keeping him occupied.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing that's been going on with me is I left my job recently. I quit my job. Yeah. If you've known me for any amount of time, you've known that I've like just bitched and moaned. And honestly, it was a situation where like just everyone knew how miserable I was there. Like, except for me, apparently. So,
well, no, you knew how miserable you were. You're just like, it's not the most miserable I've ever been.
It's like, it's fine.
It was like kind of like your logic, to be honest.
No, for real. And it's so funny, the whole experience I've had where it's like, I was telling my family or my friends, like, oh yeah, so I left this place recently. And every single person reacted in the same way where it's like, oh, thank God. Oh, I've been waiting to hear you say that. Oh, congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. Like, you know, like literally all variations on
no one's worried about like your well-being or like your financial livelihood. There's like, thank God you can be around sharp objects again.
Yeah, so it's been I don't know, I've just been like kind of transitioning, really just like honestly detoxing is what I've been doing to kind of like
that restaurant life, man.
Yeah, mentally, physically, spiritually, what have you. I've just been like detoxing and just trying to like transition out of what was becoming like a really unhealthy lifestyle and trying to build more healthy habits, eating better, drinking less, sleeping more, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been going well enough. I mean, as far as today, I mean, I might sound a little funny because I woke up like kind of sick. I've got a scratchy throat and my nose is a little plugged up a little bit and everything. But outside of that, I'm in a lot better place, honestly.
Oh, he is, by the way.
Feeling a lot better and ready to party and bullshit and, get into the swing of things with the TI tournament times is what I'm ready for. Yeah. So
I mean, that's honestly kind of it's a good vibe, man. And
totally.
We're just happy to be back at it. Happy to be sitting here in my basement. I'm assuming your office / living room space.
Just the studio. Yep. Just the studio. Yeah.
Getting the views on, man. And the great thing is like you all come to us with what we want to talk about. So like if y'all have something y'all want to talk about, we probably at least hear you out. We do have some stuff we of course want to do, but
for sure. Yeah, as far as like what's next for me, like professionally, honestly, I just might pivot out of the whole cooking thing. As much as I love doing it, like I want to get back into teaching. I want to get back into teaching music. Like that's what I did before I moved to Portland, and I feel just did a lot of soul searching and realized like I think I'm ready to get back into that whole situation. So we'll see what form that takes. I'm still like exploring that and everything, but that is my plan. It's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm stoked.
It's a great plan. I mean, the good news is the cooking thing's a good backbone. So, it's good something to have while you're looking for the real thing.
Can always find work doing that. That's the thing. It's just like the opportunities are just like all out there. Like everyone in the city is looking for cooks. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, apparently the food scene there is pretty dope-alicious.
Oh, it's great. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. It seems like in a good spot. Well, today in our episode, I guess we should talk about like the actual qualities that we're getting at. We're gonna what's on the episode thing. Yeah, the big thing we're doing today.
The Bat Cap Roundtable, baby.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's what it is.
Talking to all the best community game number 2 members out of everyone ever. Yeah. The Bat Captains.
In a way, what this is almost like a part 2 of our anniversary celebration. The last episode that we did. This is almost like a part 2 of that. Because these people that we talked to for this whole string of interviews that we're going to show you later, it's all of the original members of when we split off after game 2. We were like, we want to keep hanging out with you guys. We want to play split sessions of TI. Like, we just want to party and bullshit with you, whatever. And we just had this core group of people that were all there at the very beginning when we were like, we're making our own server. Fuck it,
Yeah.
And
with drugs and hookers.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what we're doing is that we're just reconnecting with the core group of people that were there with us at the very beginning. And we feel just like very, very special about them. They're in our hearts always and forever.
And it's not that, everyone here isn't a beautiful person and it has nothing to do with that, but these are just, maybe they're just a little pretty too, That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. All right, so let's tell the folks exactly what's going on in this episode. We're going to talk about Articles of War, so SCPT tournament update. We're going to do Galactic Crisis Pact, which means community game update, which I don't want to spoil too much, but I will say it's fucking crazy, dude. It is so insane. It is like...
Yeah, and I'm entirely... I haven't even been in that channel.
Yeah, you have no clue what's going on. So it's going to be a pretty funny segment where I'm just like rattling off tons of stuff and you're like, what? What? And then, of course, everyone's favorite, Brassbird's Mega Meme Center. Kind of a banger this time, obviously had like a lot of memes to choose from. So the cream of the crop rises to the top, as they say. And no, it's some really good stuff. And then after that, we're doing the Bat Cap Roundtable. So that again, in no particular order, is HolyTispoon, oldmangi, Prepare a Player, Biotic, also known as Daniel, our sweet boy, and Oldwolf, and was that a 5?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, 5, yeah, totally.
Now we're going to be assholes enough to redo this part because we're going to forget someone.
Yeah, who did we forget? I swear, I love all of my children equally. Yeah.
Yeah, what if we interview each other? Oh, we never answered the questions.
Oh God, that's true. We were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're skipping that, guys. It's
we'll
this episode's
put that in post.
It's long enough, dude. No, this episode's long enough. We got to get going.
Yeah, it's pretty girthy. It's a girthy boy. You know, you got to fear the girth, everyone. Those are immortal words of my friend Logan when he was blackout drunk coming home from a Taco Bell.
Totally.
There you go.
Totally.
Fear the girth.
Yeah. So let's go back into it. Articles of War. Let's just go back into it. Things are a little different this year, and it started up. It was like a back-to-back situation. The tournament finished. When was the finals even? It was late. It was like August.
26th of August. I was at a Goo Goo Dolls and OAR concert.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, totally. Was that a good show?
Oh yeah. Absolutely incredible. Definitely. I mean, you know, they've been at it for so long. Did you know that the lead guitarist and lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls didn't talk from 2003 to 2015? What? And they were performing together that entire time.
What?
Yeah.
That's like some Fleetwood Mac shit right there.
That is that. Yeah, but that's like slightly better, I guess, since they could be on the same stage. But yeah.
Wow. Very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. But yeah, so essentially the whole reason why we had this whole back-to-back, like finals were in August, and then October 1st started kicking off the qualifiers games, was because trying to schedule the finals in the summer, ridiculous, man. Like we had a hard enough time like trying to coordinate all those time zones, just saying like, hey, can I have 20 or 30 minutes of your time like sometime within the next week, you know? Like
over the course of 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly.
Well, and like the other thing is, dude, like I mean, I don't know about you, but like what's the longest you've sat down at your computer since like June?
I mean, I've done some games, so
that's true. Yeah, but like so, maybe 3-4 hours at most. For sure.
Yeah, totally.
Like I know you've played some TI games, but like those were like events that like you scheduled out like way out. Like
but I mean also I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, so that is
Baldur's Dick 3.
Baldur's Dick 3 is another kind
Baldur's Dick 3
binge-worthy experience.
Did you see that online people were referring to Shadowheart as Shart? Which just gives me no end of enjoyment.
I have not seen that. That's pretty funny, honestly. But, yeah, I don't know. She's just my badass. I got the Light of Lathander on Shadowheart, and she's just my big old badass is what she is.
Oh, I love that. I love that for you. Yeah, I've not made I haven't even played more than a little bit. We got to get off to. Oh God, this is a Baldur's Gate 3 podcast.
It's Baldur's Dick 3 podcast now.
Well, you know, in our playthrough, I'm just hanging dong. So that's all that matters.
Of course. So the whole like situation for the tournament is very different this time, and I also love that it's starting in the fall because basketball also starts in the fall. Sports, esports, same difference, right?
No, for sure, dude.
Yeah, but the biggest,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
The biggest thing about this is that instead of the old way of like, I have my qualifier game, everything rides on this qualifier game, and if I lose, then I'm just kicked out of the tourney. Now it's like you can lose as much as you want, which is cool because losing is fun.
As big a loser as I am.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, you can play once a week and play as many times as you need and grind until you make your way into the prelims. And there are so many reasons why I think this is a better system and will just ultimately result in better results, you know, like... Gosh, dude. I could just go.
Well, I like it because it makes reputation matter.
Yeah.
It makes breaking non-bindings matter. It makes, I mean...
I've got a funny meme about that later, actually.
We do.
I've got a funny one
about
that.
Isn't it great when the memes become real life? Like, that's kind of... anyways.
Absolutely.
But no, I'll be... Like, and I was... Like, in that game we cast the other day, it was a big thing. It's like, I think it makes your reputation matter. I think, like... You know, like, was it a couple years ago, and I think a Simmy's game, Absol stood up to someone bullying her, and... You don't really try to bully her much anymore.
It was the Forever War. Yeah.
Saw her in L1. Yeah.
I mean, I respect that, honestly.
But now that's a week-to-week thing, so it's like you gotta keep that up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Totally. No, I agree. I think that. I mean, Big Al makes this point about how TI is a legacy game, you know, and not in like strictly in mechanics, but in like the attitude that the players bring. And especially when you get into the vibe of like, you got people that play together very often, like, and, people also always bring up like the Euro morning crew, like the reason why people talk of them like that. And they have this particular style is because it's these people that play together like really often.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, the TI community isn't that big, man, at least not the online stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
Just something to keep in mind. I like that a lot. I mean, I made it to the semis and almost to the finals just because people know I'm a good ride or die.
Totally.
Like, I hate to put it that way, but like, I was almost win made twice. Fuck it. Win is a win is a win is a win.
Win's a win. Wow, dude.
Yeah, here we are, man. So yeah, Brass, let's dive into. We do have a winner in the chat right now.
You want to talk about my game?
No, yeah, because we're talking about how you fucking won the game, Brass.
No,
you won the game.
Stop it!
No, you won the game. Shut the fuck up.
It's a whole funny story. It's complicated, but I made a meme about it, and I had this whole discussion with Matt. I'm gonna like kind of fast forward to the end, and I was just kind of like distraught after, like the day after the game when I was like watching it back, and I messaged Matt and I was like, is there any precedent or procedure for disqualifying your own win? Because I want to do that. I want to give up this win. I want to throw myself back into the qualifiers. Like I really feel shitty about how this whole thing went, like genuinely. And I still do. I still feel like really shitty about how it went. And Matt essentially told me like, no, we don't have time for that. I know, I know it doesn't feel great and everything, but it's more important to have forward momentum. So it's not a big deal, and you're just going to have to live with it. And I told him, this is a real Scarlet Letter moment for me, man. This is a really, and
you dramatic motherfucker.
No, I'm fucking serious, man. I'll put up the meme right now and post, but this is the vibe. I'm wearing, my whole thing now is I'm wearing an asterisk for the rest of this tournament because
oh my god, dude,
I played a good game. Like, I will say that I played a good game. I played a soul,
the cleanest, tightest game he's ever played.
It was clean. It was great.
By the way.
I was like, so to put it in like short terms, it was a round 4 finish. I had a good opening in the first round and everything. Agenda phase of round 2, the very first agenda phase, we had, it was like mutiny and then incentive program, like literally back to back guac hitting the table. And I pretty much realized at that point, I don't even need to worry about Mechatol Rex. I've got my guac. I can get a double score. I had speaker control on lock. Like, I had all this stuff. And I just very quietly started sprinting to the end of the finish line. Like, from round 3, beginning of round 3, I was just like going. Like, I had Imperial in round 3, so it's like, I'm going to get this double score. I've already got the guac, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to do whatever it takes to, just get there first before everyone else. It's like, as Big Al says, it's like, he always has the analogy of like streaking naked across the pitch like a greased up pig, and you're like daring the other players to try and catch you. That's the kind of game it was, because I had like the guac and everything. Mm-hmm. So where I fucked up was, and I just like, fuck up. I just keep thinking it was either stupidity or hubris or both. But
no, because you were literally fucking shaking. Literally fucking shaking, because you can only think about what if this goes wrong.
No, for sure.
By the way,
yeah. So
give yourself some fucking grace, man.
I'm trying, man. Okay. So in the final round, on my left, I've got Quantum Octopus playing Yin, which is like another layer on this whole thing that is just like, of course, my mortal enemy, the Yin, is like the one that is like going to be this instrument of my downfall. And
the game that shall not be named.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one. We don't. I actually think I talk about it with Spoon a little bit in the interview later, but we don't talk about that one. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, that's true. Sure.
So anyway, Quantum was holding unexpected action in his back pocket, like since round 2. And I had gotten off a diplomacy rider. So that's what I was saying about hubris, where it's like I could have taken more precautions.
Could have built it home, or
or I could have pulled back this carrier that I'd thrown on the other side of the board. It's like there was other stuff I could have done. I forgot to roll for some infantry because I had Spec Ops 2 and they could have regenerated at home. Like there was like this stuff that I missed that was just like straight, like I guess I would say misplays or whatever.
I mean, you're tired.
Yeah, I was tired, and also I was just thinking like, man, I got this so on lock or whatever, and blah 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 blah. The hubris, right? So Quantum plays unexpected action on my home system, brings 2 carrier 2s, 12 infantry, indoctrinates one of my spec ops, the one I would get off my commander, into a mech, and it's just like this enormous ground combat. And it was just like a whole confusing moment. I am just like completely shook from the fact that this is happening in the first place. There's tons of crosstalk. And there's this one critical moment where I just like don't take enough hits. Like, and there's like 2 Thunderians, by the way. That was the other thing. Like, I'm trying to talk to Nomad, and I'm just like, please stop this madness. Like, do not Thunderian this, and do not like do another Thunderian on this. Like, so tons of just crosstalk. And I end up like not taking enough hits like I should have. And I ran the calc on this and everything. And it's like, I just gave myself like an unfair advantage in this very critical final battle for my home system. So after watching this, and that was the thing, is that I didn't catch it. Quantum didn't catch it. Bam Bam was streaming. He didn't catch it. None of the other players caught it. I only found this out because I was watching the game back. And I realized like, oh, you motherfucker. You stupid motherfucker, you didn't take enough hits and you fucking fucked up this whole thing. So I did the only thing I could is I made a meme about it and just said like, hey guys, I fucked up. I feel awful about this. I'm just going to wear an asterisk for the rest of the tournament. Yeah. And that's all I can do, Mm-hmm. So I think like really for all intents and purposes, like I should have lost my home system and, probably would have gone to another round, like, I don't know what would have happened in a round 5. Like,
well, if it's like Imperial, your speaker position was just fucked.
Exactly. Right? No, exactly. So. And that's the thing about playing that kind of game is that it's like, you have to finish in round 4. If you don't finish in round 4,
take 5 of their home systems.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't cross the finish line first at that point, then your game's just over.
Yep.
So obviously usually pressure there too.
Yeah, man. No, for sure. And I know I say it dramatically as I do, but you got to give yourself some grace, man. I mean, I've learned that lesson the hard way. I've talked about it on here. We don't need to talk about it again, but like I've learned in-game situations, just have other people handle your shit for you.
Sure. Yeah.
Like someone who's not in it. Hell, I asked a streamer one time. Like,
ask people to check your work. I think that's like really solid advice. Honestly.
Yeah, like in-game situation, like earlier in the game, I know that matters just as much as we act like it doesn't, but I think that's some pretty good advice.
So essentially, like that's pretty much all I have to say about it is, like it was like 95% one of the best games I ever played. And then this last 5% of it, like I just really kind of spoiled it for myself, honestly.
Well, like, it's a marathon, not a sprint, man. I mean, everyone makes mistakes in the late game, even in the finals, even the best players in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's what Matt told me is like, man, this is far from the first time that we've had bad dice. Like we even had bad dice happen in the climactic battle at the end of the finals. You know what I mean? Like this stuff kind of happens and you kind of just got to live with it, Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, we're playing this game. It is a game.
Sure.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's also like, but it's like I care about it, and I care about like the integrity of it, So,
I agree. I mean, man, you care about those other 5 players in the game, and you care about them having a fair chance to win it. I completely understand, but like they would take this win too, man. They would feel just as bad as you. Yeah. But they would take the W. They'd move into their next game and probably get eliminated because how does that help Mantis win?
How is it? Yeah. No, how does it help Mantis win? Yeah. So as far as what this means for me for the rest of the tourney, like, I don't know, I'm definitely carrying the shame with me, and I'm just going to be so much more like
First picking SAR.
Well, duh. But honestly, just like I'm just going to be so much more careful about the next game, and I'm just like really not going to take anything for granted, and I'm also going to try to not let it bother me, because I'm just like right now I'm in this whole headspace of like I don't even belong in the prelims. You know what I mean? Like,
but the good thing about not belonging is no one thinks you belong, right? So you use that for you too, right?
For sure. So I don't know. It's been an interesting journey so far, and I don't know. It's just gonna have to wear this scarlet asterisk for the whole tourney. And
come here, buddy.
Yeah.
Come here. Well, you know who's not sad at you?
Yeah, no, Choco.
Yeah, Choco is not mad at you.
Baby
He's not
boy,
mad at you at all.
Baby boy.
He's gonna shit on here for a little bit.
Oh,
he's gonna snuggle.
Oh, he's gonna shit.
He's gonna be like,
he's gonna shit on you. Is that what you said?
If he shits on me, he shits on me. It'd be the first time though.
Oh, well, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, that's pretty good, man. And I think you'll do fine in the prelims. I want you to make it to the semis. Got to have someone there, because odds are I'm only going to have one shot at this qualifier stuff, because I'm working on kind of a long-term project for the show in a way.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking a lot of my time. And then I'm also
just working on yourself.
I have a 10-month-old puppy. Someone's going to have to watch this dog while I play a game of TI, because you can't tell. I can barely record 20 minutes of this without.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, I'm stoked to hear that you're going to give it a crack, man. You know?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, for sure.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah, it kind of reinvigorated me watching that game yesterday. It's like, I'm actually kind of know a lot about this game still.
We have to talk about that game before the end of this segment. I mean, let's just talk about it right now.
I figured we go right into it right now. Yeah, because
how fun was that?
That was
my God.
I mean, that was so impromptu. That's why I liked it, man. There was none of the dreading setting a whole day aside, like leading up to it. You're just like, fuck, I'm free. I can cast this game with Bam Bam.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you were saying, like we should play Baldur's Gate 3, and then before I know it, you're like, I'm streaming with Bam Bam, like hop on in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got Kyle in there. So it was literally like the dopest crew that you could imagine at the commentary desk. And we were just bullshitting, and then you took an edible and got really funny and silly, and then we were like doing the memes, like specifically I'm going to spoil that I am showing the memes in the Mega Meme Center.
My first appearance on the Meme Center, everyone.
Yeah.
I made it. Your boy made it.
Oh my God. Brian was playing SAR, and he lost all 3 of his docks, I think in one round.
Within 30 minutes.
Yeah, within 30 minutes, all 3 of his docks were gone, and then he still like had a decent chance to actually win the game, like, and didn't get another dock for the rest of the game. Like it was absolutely insane.
And actually, funnily enough, the objectives, like the last one that flopped out was spin influence. I'm like, well, he can't spin his planets anyways. So it's like...
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just may as well spend them on the point, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and it was like, quite frankly, like all of his docks being destroyed was well-deserved, and it was good TI play.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he was pretty much set up to win.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, who ended up winning? It was
Jim.
Not the wild one.
No, it was Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Titans, I mean, I went to bed before the end of the game, but it was pretty clear they had the best shot out of anyone.
Yeah.
But there was just a lot of fun. We bullshitted. We talked about like living moss, which I've been doing a lot of lately. I may not look like it, but I eat a lot of Taco Bell. We learned a bit. Big Al.
Yeah.
Big news here. This is a news fucking flash. He has a Taco Bell going up right at the end of his street.
Big deal.
That's all I have to say.
Big if true.
Now I have more reason to visit him.
Oh my God! Just for the Taco Bell, huh? Well, I bet. I bet a Taco Bell in New Zealand is a different vibe.
Oh, 1,000%.
100%.
He said he's had 2 burritos in his life, and I'm like, well, you're about to live moss, buddy. So living his Baja best life, you know. So that game was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to cast.
It was
like my least favorite part about TI is, honest to God, thinking about how long TI is going to take.
Sure.
That's my I bitch about, like, I never really bitch about win making, but like, I bitch about speaker control, I bitch about Sardak existing, I bitch about Yinfantry, but fucking Christ, dude, those like a week before, it's like, fuck, I have a whole day just gone. I can't walk my dog, or like, 1,000 other things. So like, just impromptu being like, yeah, I can do this. Way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that game was great. I hope we end up in another casting booth together. Maybe a little bit of that next round action. Maybe I'll grab your game again.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
You know, so
the thing is I want to stream your qualifier though. You know.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure. No, I'll coordinate. I'll try to do it while you're still fun employed.
Word.
You know.
Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure.
All right.
Hell
So
yeah.
so I think that kind of covers kind of anything. There's been a lot of great games. I don't have a lot of fucking time, guys. I'm sorry that if we did not talk about your tournament game, send us your stories.
Yeah.
We'll read them. Like why not? Why the fuck not?
Why not?
You know? Yeah. Like shit. We talked about before. No guarantees. Trying to do something within the next 2 weeks. Maybe something a little closer together.
Get back up on the horse. This is the vibe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
great.
Yeah.
So
communityformation@gmail.com. communityformationpod@gmail.com.
That's
Hit
it.
us up with your stories from the tourney. Well, we will read them. Why not?
Yeah.
Even if they're bad.
Yeah, or just like DM us, honestly.
Yeah. That also works.
Totally. But
so yeah.
Let's move on, Frox. Let's go because I am so excited about this. We're gonna do Galactic Crisis Pact. That's right. It's Community Game 10. So I think this started in September.
It was before September.
It was before September. I don't know exactly when the game started.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to tell you why I know, but I know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But the point is that it's been going on for a while. It's been going on for at least a month, if not more than a month, you know. And Wecker did a whole big kind of like lead up and hype train, trying to build the hype for the game, and then announced it in very big fashion. Community Game 10 is going to be a battle royale.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? I don't know. You kind of had to just like be there to figure out how it was going to be, you know? So I'll put you in the headspace because again, Frox has no idea what is going on.
I literally have not
game.
been in the channel. I haven't muted for a while now. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So
I'll be honest.
I'll try and put you in the headspace of like, you know, if you were in on the ground floor, all you hear is it's a battle royale, and then Wecker asks everyone, "Oh, by the way, what is your favorite planet in the game? What's your favorite planet? Just answer me this, Frox. What's your if you had to choose a planet?"
Welland.
Interesting. I think that's the one that Spoon chose.
Yo, it's a blood ground. There's a reason he chose Welland. That is the blood grounds.
The blood grounds.
Yeah. It's the blood grounds, man. More battles on Welland over my TI career than I care to win over a shitty ass yellow skip, 1-2 yellow skip.
Yeah.
Industrial even. It's not even fun to explore.
There's something about it. There's just something about Welland.
Something in the way you move.
Okay, so you chose Welland, but then, you know, like someone brings up the question in the channel, like, oh, could I choose like a system that doesn't have any planets in it? Oh yeah, you can. So does that like change your answer? Like, would you choose like just a system tile that's like,
I choose a supernova, 1000%.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what Bam Bam did.
Yeah. No, yeah, you definitely choose a supernova, like 100%.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
But I mean, it's still Welland, but like supernova's like kind of like a 1.5 A, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. No, that
it's very close. Totally. I don't know how to explain it.
Totally. So you just like that's where it started. And me being the fucking meme like king that I am about it. Semlor. Obviously, I was like, it's the memeiest
like
planet.
I knew, by the way.
Yeah, it's like I've got to choose Semlor is like what I've got to do, and I have no idea like what is going to happen with choosing Semlor, but it's like I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm going to like turn it into whatever I can, like the coolest thing, most fun thing, most meme-worthy thing that I can. I have no idea. And then it becomes very apparent like throughout like little info leaks and little things that Wecker is saying, and it becomes very apparent that he is just like building this enormous map, and everybody who has chosen their stuff, they start out separated into either the planet or the system tile that they've chosen. So you just imagine everyone is scattered throughout this huge map. And every single system tile, not necessarily every single planet, but every single system tile has its own separate thread. So enormous list of threads. And everyone starts off being essentially their own faction. So
oh my God.
I'm just like, from my perspective, being Semlor, the first post in your thread, like Wecker pings you into it, and then he says, "Welcome to the galaxy." And then he has a picture, because he likes doing like stuff really analog, right? Where it's like he's got like a TTS save or whatever, and he's like made your own little faction sheet with like, he's taken like the little Franken, you know how they got the Franken pieces of the components and shit. So it's like he'll have like an ability or a unique unit or a technology or like whatever, and he's essentially gathered this whole thing like a tableau, and he's like, here's your faction. You get to choose one of these 3 components to be your thing. So one of mine was 6 commodities, the Hakan commodities. And I was like, well, I'm going for this whole Semlor royalty theme. So got to be rich, motherfucker. Got to choose the 6 commodities or whatever.
True that.
And then you just have your little like mini faction. You're just a mini faction. And then you learn that there's this whole rule set that he's developed for your mini faction can team up with your surrounding people. So also like, oh, this is a huge, huge announcement. Froggy is here, baby. Frog of War is alive and kicking. Froggy Bot was already doing a lot of good work. Good Froggy, good bot. But Froggy is like now able to show units on the map.
Yeah.
Froggy is able to show what's adjacent to what. But it's very like, it's a very different style than the async Fog of War experience.
Yeah.
If you've like heard me talk about that. So instead of like, oh, I've got this one image that is like the whole map, and then it's just showing me like what I can see. Every system thread has its own little thing where it's like the system that you're in is the center of the map, and then it just shows a one like ring around that system. Yeah. So then that can be like the hyperlane, or that can be where maybe you're at the edge of the map and then it's just fog, you know? But so you get to see your little neighborhood, and then you get to learn who is your neighbor. So for instance, one of the first people I met was Phil. Phil's on Darien, which is, you know, hilarious. How it's like, okay, so the yin dude is like right next to me. Okay, here we go.
It is a 4-4 planet. I mean, how could you not?
No, exactly. But the cool thing is that Phil and I just like buddied up, you know, instead of instead of having this be like, oh, we're just going to start fighting. First of all, we just started working together. First of all, you know,
hell yeah.
So we figured out what our little team is going to be. We bring in these 2 other fools into it, and boom, the kingdom of Semlor was born.
Of course, it's
of course.
Semlorians.
So I called myself the Semlord of Semlor. Of course. Phil is the Duke of Darien. We've got this guy Laringus, who is the Viscount of Velnor. And then,
nice.
And then Mello, who's an Aussie. You may have seen him in a game before. Is the Earl of Elysium.
Ooh.
So that's the team right now. That's where we got.
Pretty good planets right there, man.
No, it is. No, it's a really solid situation. So so there's essentially a whole rule set for like you can peacefully merger together to form a team. So that ended up happening all across the board, and I don't even know what's happening on the other side of the board, man. Right? Like I have no clue, because I can only see what I can see. And I'm like pulling together, I'm building my own map that's like, oh, I can see that this system's on the other side of this system. So then I'm building like a composite map, and I have kind of an idea of what this half of the board looks like-ish. But I have no idea what's happening over there. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
And it took us a while to find Mechatol Rex, which, of course, Davey is on Rex. Of course,
Davey is.
Of course, Davey's on Rex. And he's got this whole thing where he's like, I'm the judge or something like that. It's an absolute crack up. But so like I said, there's a system for like peaceful mergers, but then there's another system for like, but then if you eliminate another team, then you absorb them essentially.
Oh, no.
And it's like slightly different rules for like what cards you keep or what techs you keep or something, it's like a whole complicated thing. But that's the vibe, is like you are going to start fighting other people. You're going to start eliminating other factions. You're kind of incentivized to seek out, who is still by themselves, because they're kind of easy pickings. You know what I mean? Like you can just swoop in and knock them out with one fight, And then as you start to see other teams grow and everything, then it's like, okay, are we going to do a swap? Are we going to do this? Like, are we going to work together? Blah, blah, blah. Are we going to start fighting? And the game started off really slow because Wecker had to do this whole kind of like mixed simultaneous turn thing, like I don't know how he like manages it, but it was just like so much. But after all these people merged into these teams, like the game has started to go faster, because there's less people to have to ping to say like, oh, it's your turn now. So it's been cool to see how things have just like very slowly sped up and sped up and sped up. And now the game is like gathering some serious momentum,
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just today you were talking to Wicker about that. So.
Exactly. I really want to get, JJ back into it in particular, because I remember JJ saying at the very beginning in the server, like once we started to get an idea of what this game was going to be like, JJ was such a naysayer, and he was like, this game is never going to finish. Like this is just never, ever going to end. And I want him to come back. And
I mean, he makes everything better. Let's be honest.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Shit.
Yeah. So it's been cool, man. It's been cool. It's been so wild. Like I'm really stoked about my team. I can't I've been trying to like thread the needle a little bit here and say some stuff, but like not say too much stuff, because again, it's like fog of war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't blab.
Yeah, you don't want to give up. I mean, it's still pretty early in the game. You can't.
No, totally. But I just like want so badly to brag about our tech board. Oh my God. It's so dank, dude. It is so steamy.
Well, yeah.
But
you'll have a ridiculous amount of
anything.
You'll have a ridiculous amount of resources.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And we figured it out too, where it's like we just had such a good round one was the thing. Like we were talking about merging, and you can just figure it out where it's like, okay, well, if we all are able to follow tech before we merge, then we're all bringing our own tech into the situation.
Yeah.
Rather than merging first, and then it's like only as one team, we can only get one tech. We just
could have
figured
built more plastic theoretically, but
sure. But here's the thing that's interesting too, is that as one team, you still have the plastic limitations that a single player in the game would.
So you lost a dock.
So yeah, exactly. We lost a dock for sure.
I mean, similar was Velnor, or Lysis. I mean, Velnor. Yeah, Velnor.
I'm not saying shit more. I'm not saying shit more about it. Yeah. But yeah. So you still have to work with the plastic limitations. So that's going to be, I think, is going to be one of the more interesting parts once we start to see the larger teams. You'll have no choice but to leave planets empty, for instance. You know what I mean? You're going to like hit your infantry stack limit. So you're going to have to start making choices of like, we can't even take this new planet unless we abandon this other planet,
Yeah. So like either you like have like a ring of like infantry on the outsides, or it's like your core worlds are left decimated at that point. He is sitting on my foot. Anyways.
That's cute. And then again, I have to say again, it's all fog of war. It's all fog of war. And it's like, it's so different from the other bot. And it's like, to gather information, like you really got to hunt. You really got to like sleuth things out. You really got to like go in. And it's so interesting because every team has this like different kind of way that they're going to present all the information that is like because you have to show your public information, right? that, someone would be able to see on your player board, but it's in your thread, So it's like if someone wants to find out stuff about you, they have to go in your thread, and then they can find out like what planets are around you, but they have to go in your thread to like look at that. So just like doing all that sleuthing is like a completely different kind of experience. And it's and it's very intriguing. It's like in the term of like political intrigue. Like there's tons of political intrigue. Like I've been making like private threads with people, or you just go into a system thread where it's like, oh, only us and this other team can see this system together. Like this is our shared system. No one else can see it. So we can
talk in this one.
We can just talk in this one. You know what I mean? And the only people that can see it other than us are Wecker and EJ. Yeah. Oh, I got to say something funny about EJ because I didn't realize that he was like spectating at first. Yeah. He got added into my Semlor thread, and I was just like, oh my gosh, EJ, what are you doing here? I love you. Great, blah, 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 blah. And then he just like said something and then like didn't say anything else. And I like almost started talking to him almost like, are we on the same team or like what's going on? Like, blah, blah, blah. What's going on, man? And then turns out, he's in everyone's threads. He's just like with Wecker.
So he's kind of a slut.
He's kind of a slut, a little bit. I mean,
honestly, it's fine. I mean, well, look at this.
But how cool is that? Where he's like just got the bird's eye view on the entire thing. Like I can't even imagine like how many threads are total in this thing. Like it's so ridiculous. So
no, absolutely.
So that's like the long and short of it. I actually have to I have to go look up the rules again because I'm still even unclear on like, are we playing?
Yeah, and maybe we like send them to a PDF because I don't even think going through those on here is gonna really do them justice.
Oh no, totally.
It seems pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out for myself because I'm not even clear. Okay. I'm not even clear on are we playing to 10 or are we playing till last team standing, or like what's going on?
Yeah.
Like what is it?
Yeah.
I have no clue. And if you know anything about Wecker, you'll know that he's throwing probably just all sorts of stuff like in there. Like he could just like start throwing homebrew shit in there like at some point.
Why
like,
wouldn't
I wouldn't put it past him. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised you weren't on Garbosia, to be honest with you.
Oh man, that would be tight. That would be tight. But I don't know, Garbosia not as memeable as Semlor, you know what I mean? And
that's true. I mean, and it's not even in 4th edition Twilight Imperium.
For sure. But Semlor will always have such a special place in my heart. Like always and forever. So I just have to.
Well, it's the most stellar convertible planet.
Of course.
I mean,
of course.
You can't say stellar converter. You can't spell stellar converter without Semlor.
For sure. Yeah, I will say this. Hopefully I'm not spoiling anything too much, but I did see that the United States of Sardak drew a stellar converter, and and they're like they're kind of close to us, so we'll see what happens there. And
oh no, just gum, just a ring of gum.
No,
that's your only hope. Ring of gum and hope they don't have fleet lock.
We got to figure it out. No, don't worry.
No, we don't. You know where the stellar converter goes.
Yeah, no, for real. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine.
Is it Big Lore? I'm just kidding. Anyways.
No, but I don't know. But we do have ScanLink, and
okay. Well, you could scam someone.
We could scam the link into something cool like that.
We tried. We didn't.
No.
So we got to work on this.
Yeah,
we got to work on this.
Do you have any other questions or whatever?
Dude, honestly, you give me a great. Like I'm saying this is absolutely common. You give me a great synopsis of what's going on. And
totally.
I think there's just enough mystery there that I think like on air we should keep it where we're at.
Totally.
My only commentary is that like if the rules for aggression are different from the rules for friendly combining, I think wonder what's incentivized between the two. Then what do you think is better?
Well, I mean the big thing is that for merging there is a cap on how many people you can have. Like it's like either a cap on the people or the number of systems or like something like that. But there is like a hard cap for that, so that
the friendly merging. Okay.
That friendly merging, exactly. So that really incentivized that happening at the beginning, where it's like everyone is just like looking around at their neighbors and they're like looking at people's faction abilities and stuff like that, and then they're kind of picking and choosing and being like, well, let's get blah 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 and who's it, what's it, and then this person, and then we'll merge together. But then we're full up. So if we're then going to keep adding on to this, then we have to conquer. Like now you've got no choice but to conquer.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. No, so I think that that kind of answers my question. It's still fairly early too, so I'm guessing the conquering hadn't been too hardcore yet. At least,
yeah. So
we're not going to spoil anything.
So where we're at in the game right now is that we are, I guess, I would say, like midway through round 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like a really long round 1, and then round 2 is like slowly been picking up steam. Oh, and then we also had a Ixion in the round 1 agenda phase, which was pretty cool, and it went for tech. But only
it's because I'm not playing in the game.
But only the people that could see Mechatol Rex were in on it and got the tech.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Yeah, no kidding. But now
that's pretty mean.
I think Wecker just announced like yesterday or something that round 2 agenda phase, and presumably for the rest of the game, everyone on the map is now in the Galactic Council.
I can see why I can see why, truthfully, but
totally.
Nope, for sure, dude. Well, that's pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a good time. I honestly can say I wish I had the emotional and mental bandwidth to put up with anything, outside of a lot of what's going on. But
sure.
No, thanks for updating me. That was great.
What you should do is that you should just hit up Wecker and be like, hey, I want to be like EJ, and I just want to like see everything. And
I bet he'd let me. Yeah,
I bet he would. Yeah,
for sure.
I bet he would. So like, and I think
maybe I'll do that literally right now. So.
For sure, I think that'd be a fun
also,
way
Wecker,
for you to
great podcast for TIRPG.
Oh, word.
Check it out.
Hell
Moving on. Yeah.
Plug Wecker's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yes.
Yeah.
So he has great hair too. So what else can we say? So, anyways, I think that's about it for that. So we can move on to what people are really trying to watch here.
Of course.
We have Bort's nudes coming on right now.
God, I wish. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? I wish. All right. No, it is definitely time for Brassbird's Mega Meme Center. Don't you know?
Right,
don't you know?
I got those bad boys pulled up when we started recording.
Yeah, pull it on up, dude. Pull it on up.
Oh, they are up. I am ready.
All right. So moving right on to meme number 1. This is from the Obligatory Memes channel. You're going to have to say that. Who is it? Jay something? Jay Sirs?
It is Jay Sirzak.
Jay Sirzak from the Obligatory Memes channel on the Async bot. This one, this is the first meme that I've ever seen from this person, and it is a work of art. It is.
This should be in the Louvre.
I agree.
Yeah, this should be in the Louvre.
This is literally so good. Just like the composition, the attention to detail, like the way that the text gets smaller with like each little statement on each one, and just like the overall just like vibe of it is so. And it's so
petty.
Funny.
It's so petty.
It's so petty.
It's peanut butter and petty is what it is. like it's so good.
And what it does is that it just totally captures like a very inherent just like way that the game goes. You know what I mean? Like this
speaks to me.
This is
what it does.
This is the way the game is played. Is that you're like trying to butter yourself up to be this like, I'm just this amazing, beautiful, whatever, and I'm the good guy at the table. And that Argent player over there is a menace to society and the galaxy. And they're
He's building a wall, and we're paying for it with his airy hollow lattice.
And you're just playing Space Risk over there. What are you doing? Like literally this dichotomy.
He rolled PDS on you when you went for Mechatol. Did you remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Just like everything about this meme is just like so completely spot on with just like the subtle ways in which we all play this game, and we're trying to like put ourselves out to be the good people and them to be the shitty people.
And I want to point out, like this is semifinals. Getting to advice for you all.
Sure.
Write things down during TI games, but like specifically write down shitty things other people do.
Word.
So you can constantly remind the table of the shitty things they did. Just saying. Yeah. Just saying.
God.
That's all I'm going to say. Like, oh, this guy came back last from break. Interesting. Not very respectful of our time.
I love how like the my faction one is called my underpowered meme pick. Your OP threat to the entire table. They're a menace to the galaxy, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Oh my God. This is so good. I don't know if this person has put out any more memes, but as we've said before, we will watch your career with great interest.
Well, my favorite thing about TI memes too is there's just so many unique, like there's no such thing as like a trendy template. It's just all unique templates all the time.
Oh, totally.
You know,
yeah. I mean,
I can't even use the word template, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying. I mean, there is some recycling and there's some riffing that goes on, but there's so many instances of just like absolutely fresh content. Absolutely fresh content. And I've noticed like with my own stuff that I like to make now, like I have an idea of what I want it to be, but then but then when I like search the fucking meme generator or whatever, like they don't have the template. So I will have to like create my own template, you know, like the one that I just did. That was like the Portlandia one.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have the Portlandia skit like done up as a meme template. So what I had to do is just like pull it up on YouTube, and then I took like screenshots. And I just like literally just took screenshots, cropped them really quick, just like quick and dirty. Just like chose like the little scenes that I wanted, and then I made it like a whole panel, like, and just stacked it. And it just like really came together
to show the
so
dog
quick.
On the background, he was asleep.
They can't even see the dog right now.
Yeah,
they're
I know.
watching the memes.
It's super shitty.
They're watching the memes right now. Yeah.
Super shitty, man. It's all about memes. The dog was asleep and it was cute. Okay. Okay. Cool.
All right, moving on to meme number 2. Which one is this one? Oh yes, this is from Jelly Bones.
I like how you knew this guy's name.
Oh no, Jelly Bones is one of my favorite memers. Jelly Bones. No, I actually awarded Jelly Bones most valuable memer for Community Game 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No.
That's the highest of honors, the high meme smith.
No, exactly. And it's the first time, I mean, first time I even thought to like make a little meme award like that, you know, but But they just do such good work. Such good work. And
consistency matters too. And I'd put Jelly Bones near the top of that category quite frankly.
Totally. Right up there with Ged's Dead and Vaunt.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So this one's from the Community Gym. And I chose this one in particular because there was a huge like flood of memes at the very beginning of the game. Because like I keep saying, it's a Fog of War game, and that really the fact that it's Fog of War really tamps down on the ability to make memes, because you can't give away too much info. The first rule of Frog of War is you don't talk about Frog of War. You know.
By the way, that rule was made to teach them about breaking rules. So that's all I got to say about that.
Sure. But at the beginning, it was like everyone was starting off on the same page, as far as just like everyone was in the same situation. Everyone like knows what is going on. When you're putting out a meme like this, you're not telling too much information. You know, it's like a very generalized, very relatable, very valid meme to make, and you're not like giving away information that is like really crucial or anything like that. And
no, for sure.
And this one is also just perfect because it's like literally it's literally the vibe. You're like you're sizing up your neighbors in terms of like, okay, who am I going to merge with and who is like actually going to make for a good team? And then you're sizing up your other neighbors where it's like, ooh, but I want to forcibly take your faction tech is what I want, you know?
No, for sure.
So funny, dude. Like literally so funny. There was a bunch of memes that were in the same vein where it's just like the unsuspecting fools that we're going to destroy. Oh man, this one is so good, so good.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
we're gonna move on to meme number 3.
Oh my god.
Yep, I told you it was coming.
You did. You told me it was gonna be here. And
I
it still surprises me.
Here. HMK Rhythm, and this was an easy guac point meme right here. This was easy guac.
For sure.
Turns out
with Easy Mac.
Yeah, this one's from Meme City, and it turns out that I'm not the only one who maybe rightfully deserves to feel shameful about the qualifier win, right? I'm not the only one. This one just kind of tells the whole story, right?
Yeah, no, we don't even need to say anything.
But what would you say if you were going to say something?
I mean, I'm going to say that Al played it the way I would have fucking played it. Like, dig, scrape, and claw for the fucking W, buddy. And the only time you tell a lie is if it's the lie that's going to win you the game.
Yep.
I'm not K Ruthless, but the thing is with Al, and like, spoiler alert, that's not the only lie he tells you during the game.
No.
Just so you know.
No.
So he puts that honey right in front of your face and stabs you in the goddamn back, but he's like hugging him while he's doing it, so it's kind of okay.
No, it's true. It's true. I made this point about Al when we were streaming. Was that only yesterday, or was that the other day, or
that was yesterday, man?
Yesterday,
yeah. That was like 12. That was 24 hours ago.
Time's a flat circle, man. As it really
Dude,
is.
It's fucked up, man. As high as I was, time was crawling.
But so I made this point about Al, where Al is kind of like an auctioneer, just in terms of like how quickly he will talk and like the amount of information that he's throwing at you. So he's like bullshitting, you know? And I think I think Bam said that.
He said it on our show, on our second episode, man. If Alan's talking, he's bullshit.
He's bullshitting, exactly.
He admits to it.
He fully admits to it. But it's like the particular way that he's like just... It's like such a good tactic in and of itself, because he's just like telling you so much stuff that it's kind of like information overload.
You're going to hang on to the one thing that you want to hear.
Exactly. You're going to hang on to the one thing, and then you also just can't like really process like the implications of everything that he's saying.
Well, and here's the other thing about like this meme that I really like on a meta level is that maybe I just now had this eureka. Big Al is peddling the 55-point game 24/7, 365, 55 stays on that guy's mind, right?
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing: like, he peddled it, and it wasn't no 55 fucking point game, was it?
I mean, I didn't watch the game. Like, I had plenty to say when the conversation got started on our server about it. Like, I had some stuff to say, but also it's like I don't know the exact context. I just know.
He lied his I went back and watched it, man. He lied his ass off about like what he was gonna do, and then he fucking did what the meme says, which is great. I don't blame him. I'm never going to blame someone for winning, because guess what? We're playing poker. We're not playing TI. Like, you're playing the people at the table.
No, exactly. Yeah. And for me, and it's like, ultimately I got to have respect for Al, because I always fall into this trap. I've talked to this about this before, where it's like, I hate the idea of like, oh, I got played, you know, I hate that, you know, and I made this point when I talked about it on our server, and one of the things I said was like, it's really nice to imagine a world where all of us can just be so honorable and stand by our word. Like, if we were all like Cody TCT, I think the world would be a lot better, honestly. Yeah. Like, that would be nice. But also, I don't know, I don't like getting played, you know what I mean? I don't being the problem, honorable
man.
person.
You are the most paranoid player I've ever played with, besides maybe Bam Bam.
But is that why Bam and I get along so well? Is that why?
Probably, honestly. You whine a lot too, but not on his level. But you're more paranoid than him.
No, I'm
if there was a synthesis of you two.
Oh yeah. Because I'm. But like the thing is terrified of that, man.
What?
I'm just terrified of that, of like getting played, of like being.
Made I'm right there with you. But like, I mean, you've played with me. I don't break deals. I never do. Most of my game-winning situations are deals, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But like, if it was if I am scrounging from a hole, you've got to think of that tactic he had, and if it's gonna work, like, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't. I really don't, because this is competitive TI. This isn't
exactly.
You know, this isn't our yearly game at my friend's house for our name on the trophy.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think so I think that was a pretty good roast of Al. I think that was pretty good, and we can
pretty deserved one too.
Now. Yeah,
quite frankly.
And he'll roast right back.
And the thing about Al is he gets it. He doesn't care.
He gets it.
He loves people making fun of him.
Yeah, he gets it, and he'll roast right back. Is what I think.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So we love you, Al. We love you.
We fucking love you, Al.
Oh yeah, and
we know you'll be the first person to watch this video.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And we'll move.
Okay,
right
this
along.
next one is my favorite one. By the
way,
it
is? Okay, great.
I fucking love this one.
This one's so great. This one.
It's so simple.
So this is from Anonymous on the Anonymemes channel. It's so great. There was a caption that came through this. I did not get the caption from the confession bot, but the caption just said something like, "When someone you don't even know ruins your game," or something like that. That was the vibe. But there's this,
bitch!
Yeah. So there's this new system on the Fog of War server where you can do like FOW whisper or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you can whisper other people's channels, like, private channels, but then you can also whisper to the shared channel, essentially. And that's exactly what this was with the GIF. And God, it's so good. It's so simple. It's so good. And yeah. I had a similar moment. I'm subbing.
That's not a bubbly, you sandbagging son of a bitch. Our sponsor.
It's a liquid death, dude. I'm hardcore now. I'm hardcore, dude. I drink liquid death now.
I mean, I own a pit bull. What can I say about being hardcore?
For sure.
Look at this vicious dog.
Yeah, he's a big,
he yawns.
He's
oh
a
my
big,
god,
tough baby. So anyways, I'm like, I subbed in on this Fog of War game, and I'm playing as Nalu, which I usually don't do, but I'm kind of having fun with it. There was an agenda phase where Prophecy of Ixth comes out, the one with the fighter combat roll bonus or whatever.
Yeah, Prophecy of Ixth, yeah.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity to buy votes to get it. And I was like, okay, this is sweet. I got the votes for cheap, whatever. This is chill. Someone plays confounding legal text. And now I'm just like, I don't even know who to yell at.
I think that's the perfect response.
Exactly.
The fucking
I should have just done that.
Bitch.
Yeah. This one was simple, it's effective, and it just felt right to choose this.
I don't know, man. That's just like the lack of complexity and just like, because we all know that exact feeling.
Exactly. Exactly. And the fact that it's a fog game just makes it so much more funny.
Yeah, because you don't even know who it was.
You're just like, I'm just going to tell everyone.
Somebody ruined my game.
Yeah. God, what a riot. What a riot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so moving on to meme number 5. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this one's Chassit. I remember.
Oh my god,
this one's Chassit.
Oh my god, that would feel so bad.
Yeah, the meme channel is Old Man Memes, right? Is that what it says on there? Yeah. So this is a Old Man GI who we're going to talk to, or at least I'm going to talk to later. Got a meme channel named after him.
Yep.
How cool is that?
That is really cool, actually.
It's on
honestly well deserved for a wonderful human being.
Wonderful memer as well. Yeah. But I don't know exactly which game this was that happened with Chassit doing this, but what a sequence of events.
Oh my god.
What a sequence. Classic meme template, like perfectly paced.
Oh god, I love this one. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I really felt like putting this one in because Chassit, I just got to give him the shout out. He has like been putting in a lot of work for all of these other events that are happening in the async world. He's organized the async tourney, the second one. We don't talk about the first one really, but the second one is a whole
lot bigger.
Thing that is huge. There's 30 concurrent games going on. Yeah, that's so many games that are happening all at once. It's pretty wild. I've got the whole channel list up, and I have to scroll all the way to where mine is. It's like
I muted mine and minimized it. Sure. I'm still in PBD 96, man.
Oh wow, that's wild. That's wild. That's still going on. That is insane.
Yeah, I kind of ruined the pacing on that one. Then everyone else stopped giving a fuck. But we can talk about that some other time.
Sure. Anyways. Yeah. So Chassit's doing that. Also, Chassit is organizing PBD 1000. which I don't know if you know anything about that. It's just the season for mega games.
Yeah.
Like literally there's so many TI mega games that are going on right now that it's ridiculous. But PBD 1000, it's a while yet from actually getting kicked off. But the idea is all of the factions, actually I don't think they're including Kelleris, which is fine or whatever. But all of the regular factions and all of the Discordant Stars factions. So it's like a 48 faction game. The map,
I don't know how many are in Disco, buddy.
I think it's
24. Yeah, you're right.
Without the DS Plus stuff in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the map is enormous. Like obviously it has to be, but it is like absolutely massive. They're going to have to use like the same system that PBD 100 uses with like the strategy card groupings and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I made the decision to play Arborek in PBD 1000, and they're giving me this teammate who's a person that I don't know, but they already getting good vibes from this person.
Yeah.
And we'll just see how it goes. I'm just like always down to party and bullshit. And yeah, just had to give the shout out to Chassit and also, show this good meme because man, what a, like I said, sequence of events. How beautiful.
Man.
How beautiful.
That's all I have to say. Yeah. That's so ridiculous. I couldn't believe that happened. Like that would never happen for me. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, just keep believing. Keep dreaming.
Don't stop
believing. It can happen.
I'm on quite the journey.
Yes. So I'm gonna flip over to our bonus meme that I teased earlier, and I'm gonna, you know what, Frox? I'm gonna let you take this one. How about you take this one here? There's a whole tableau for you.
So Brian was a naughty boy in his game, and I took an edible, and he got the creative juices flowing. And the first one had a little image with it. It's a useful image on its own. It's damn, my own actions really got me thinking. So like that one's good on its own, quite frankly.
Yeah.
You can just put that anywhere, pop that. But the caption with that one was when Brian loses his third dock of the round.
Wait, no, that was the function one. That was the function.
No, it's not.
One.
They're both related.
They're both related. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
The third dock of the round was when the function got reactor meltdown, which, by the way, the original meme was blacked out. It says when the function got Hennessy, which makes it...
Oh, my God.
And then speaking of Henny, you know what goes really well with Henny?
Oh, Appalachian Sippin' Cream?
Eggo brunch in a jar Appalachian sipping cream. Because babe, what's wrong? You've barely chugged your Eggo brunch in a jar Appalachian sipping cream.
Yeah.
Which is a 20% alcohol liqueur, which I just ordered 2 bottles of it, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No. Bad.
Listen, when the function got
bad frogs.
When the function got Eggo brunch in a jar,
that's
Appalachian sipping cream.
That's a bad frogs there.
I mean, listen, I got to raise. I got to use my money somehow. It's tax deductible.
Frogs, I just want you to be careful, and I don't want you to end up in the hospital getting your fucking stomach pumped, man. Like and I'm not even talking about drinking too much alcohol. I'm just talking about how fucking gross this is going to taste.
Listen,
you need to get it pumped out of your stomach.
I'm dating a surgeon now.
Oh, okay.
I'm dating a surgeon now.
Okay, great. So
I got one on call.
Well, you don't even have to go to the hospital then. You'll just
hey, suck it out. Oh, I look at that joke. Anyways, I'm gonna
hilarious
stop right there with that one.
Hilarious.
Right.
So I had to put all 3 of these in here because
Dr. D, don't hate me because you'll probably watch this.
Sure. I had to put all 3 of these in here because when we were streaming and Frox got like kind of high and like this is what happened is that we just started cracking up about these 3 memes in particular. And then Bam got him in on his OBS, so he was able to just like at a
put
click
them on the screen.
Put them on the screen. It was covering up the entire like actual action of the game. And then we're just like wheezing.
It's TI.
We were just wheezing and laughing and just like literally so gleefully happy. And
can I say, Bam was screaming that game solo.
Oh yeah.
Before I volunteered.
No, totally.
So like,
he's hardcore. Like
we
that.
made his day.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
went from 1 to 4 beautiful boys. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is true. That is true.
God, what a vibe! What a vibe!
Yeah. But no, that was a wonderful time, and this is the time in the show where I always tell you how much I love you, Brass, and I appreciate you a lot.
Right back at you, man.
Well, man, we had a pretty wonderful, full of love segment coming up for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that has been a beautiful Brassbird's Mega Meme Center. I told you it was a banger this time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now you could actually see Nina because she's right here. Hi, baby.
Aww.
You want to say something, Nina?
Aww.
You want to say no? You hate me?
No.
Okay. Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you,
Fuck you, Dad.
Classic.
Oh man.
So yeah, without further ado, God, this is really turning into a long episode. But without
it's
further
gonna be a real
ado,
long one, man.
We are going to show you the Bat Cap Roundtable. Please enjoy. Please enjoy. Do you have anything to say about it?
No, man. I think it's good stuff. Enjoy it, love it, listen for what it is. Maybe listen to this episode in parts, multiple different drives. Don't marathon it.
No, don't marathon this one, man. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Please enjoy our beautiful, beautiful boys, and we'll catch you later. All right, folks, we are here. It is a lovely, all sorts of different times right now. It's an afternoon for me. It's an evening for Frox. I don't even know what time it is for our good friend Oldwolf.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Good time.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Right. Waking up bright
Whoa,
and
time
early.
is linear. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Holy
we got the
shit.
similar energy because I just woke up. I did not plan on oversleeping this much, but I worked last night and it was gnarly, and I am still waking up, so I'm actually on the same page
I've been
with
up for 13
Oldwolf
hours.
now. Oh my God, yikes. So
I'm on day 8 straight of work, so we're all a bit
Oh, fucking in
Wow,
me. I'm on a 3-day weekend, and I only worked 3 days this week.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that we got the energy here for you. We are ready. We're here with yet another one of our Bat Caps. We got Oldwolf. I don't know. I gotta just shout out Oldwolf right now. He's probably our biggest fan, and
Yeah, literally.
I think JJ's biggest fan as well. So it's really like a lot of.
No, that's
lot of
me.
love.
You fucking take that back, buddy.
Okay.
Hey, it's a nice username, my friend.
You give me 1 second, I can change your username right now.
There you go. Yeah, Oldwolf, how are you, my friend? How are things down under?
I'm good. It's good. Coming into spring, so it's been nice. It's been good. Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
wow, it's like the opposite seasons. Why am I dumb, guys? Like I literally hadn't even thought about that.
It's also, I mean, we didn't really have a winter down here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
So,
There you
Oh,
go.
damn. Do you usually?
yeah, we do.
Okay.
But obviously, with not to get too political, but with the temperatures of the world at the moment. Yeah,
Nah, man, this is actually a politics podcast now, so we're good. We're good. Yeah, no, for real.
Totally.
We're having Don Johnson on next week. So,
Love it.
anyways.
So are you in Melbourne?
No, I now live in Brisbane. I moved up in
Brisbane.
January.
Okay.
So yeah, I lived in Melbourne for
Damn.
34 and a bit years, and now I'm up here.
Wow.
But obviously, I've still got family and friends in Melbourne. So, as they joke, I'm down there every month or so. They're like, have you left? So, like, no, I just have to pay $300 a week for flights. That's basically what's happening.
Wow, I spent all this money to come see you, and you're just asking. Damn, okay, man.
Oh, I'll be there. When you're in Melbourne, I'm there, mate. I spent like the last 3 weeks.
I'm saying, like, that's what you should say to them. So I spent all this
There
money
you
to
go.
come see you, and you just talk shit? Okay.
There you go.
Like, fuck.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
No, I mean, I gotta make it to you and my boy Ged, so I have to go to both ends because he's out in Perth. So
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Well-
long way away from me.
Well, the key is
yeah, I know.
just get Ged to come out to Melbourne 2024 tournament. Is that easy?
Yeah, he can just
Yeah.
walk there, right? Like,
I mean,
they're pretty
Perth
close.
is the remote. It's the most remote city in the world. It's 1,800 kilometers from the closest.
That is what I've heard.
1,000 or something miles from the closest city.
That is
Uh-huh.
what I've heard. I met
That's insane.
Yeah, I met this chick at a party one time who was from Perth, and like we just had awesome conversation, and it blew my mind. I was like, "Wait, you're from where?" I've got friends in Australia, and then she's like, "Well, I'm probably not close to any of them," you know. Like, wow.
Yeah, one of my
okay.
friends moved over to Perth from New Zealand. Like, she's like, "Oh, I'm coming to Australia." I'm like, "Oh, I get to see you more." She's like, "In Perth." Wow, you're actually going further away.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Wild, bro. Wild.
Well, dude, congrats on the move to Brisbane. In all
Thank you
seriousness,
very much. Yeah,
that's awesome.
appreciate it.
So, all right,
Yeah.
I guess we should like maybe roll into what we're rolling into here.
Let's kick it off.
Promoting JJ, right? We're talking
Well,
about.
JJ is a short for Jumongus Jason for anyone new to the show.
Yeah. I guess we'll spoil it and say, good show, JJ, on the finals. At the finals, he did not win. We actually are celebrating a Dutch year. It's a very Dutch year because Deshuga was the one who pulled out the win, but JJ really had a steezy pick as L1 and had a great game, and we were rooting for him the whole way, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
It was a crazy-ass game.
I want to take this moment to apologise to JJ. Obviously, as one of his cult members, we didn't do our job. We didn't sacrifice enough goats, research enough tech.
Maybe the goats were the problem. Maybe we need to up our game next year and we get a little more risky if what we're sacrificing.
Get some fish.
You know?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
We just need to research more tech.
In retrograde, I just don't know if that's what we need to do. You know?
I need to research more tech this year.
Yep.
Get him over the line.
That's what will work. That will do it.
I'm in a game with Brass right now where I'm Jolnar and no one picked Tekken around. It's round 2, and I'm like, what?
Get wrecked, big boy. Get wrecked, big boy.
Seriously.
I wasn't able to leverage E-res splits.
Oh, my life is terrible. I only have more tech than anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Frox, you got the questions, though.
Yeah, I do. No, man. So, Oldwolf, I guess, we're going to start it out with the standard. How'd you get involved with, the community? Not just, community plays TI, obviously, to get onto the Bat Cap team. But, how did you, I'm assuming through SCPT, kind of ended up a community game? Because I know, obviously you're on the Aussie server, but yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much all through SCPT. I think, we played TI with the Credit Group here from, TI3, and then obviously into TI4. I was looking for podcasts, and obviously, a year in, this one's a fun podcast, all of it. And yeah, I just started, I don't know, just got into the community that way very slowly. And then, again, to the community game, obviously, they had that episode where they were talking about it. And I was like, fuck it, why not join in, see what's going on? And somehow I ended up on your team. And, it's gone pretty quickly from there, to be honest. It's been,
isn't it crazy, once you make some friends, just how much you dive into it? Right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, obviously, with COVID happening, and obviously I lived in a similar... I didn't actually live far from Cool Guy, actually. I lived about half a K away from him.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
So, obviously, during COVID, we had... the Australian server exploded. And obviously, that's, so played a few... played the league games, got involved in that. That kept me occupied when we were in the lockdown for as long as we were, so...
Smarter than me, I played WoW.
I've never played WoW. I've tried it for 10 minutes.
Don't do
it.
Up. No, don't do it, man.
Yeah,
don't start. Don't start.
This is actually now a recovery podcast. We'll talk about what to do instead.
Do you need to get anything off your chest? Or?
Oh, buddy, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke anyways. I want to get you on my chest. Anyways, so. All right, so what's going on?
So then obviously I joined a community game, and I think I joined relatively late. It was probably around round 4-ish, I think.
I just remember I told you to go stir shit. That's my first memory. Oh yeah, no, that's my first memory of you. I was like, just go stir shit. That's what we need done right now.
I was very happy just to tell shit and see what happened.
Well, it was great because the reverse schedules, you were the perfect person to do that, because then I could just wake up and be like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Brass was all the tactics, for the board stuff. I was the one who'd go schmooze people and talk about sports and not the game at all.
Not to jump too far into questions, but obviously the best part that I'm most proud of that came out of the community was the pets. We started the whole pet posting. Pet posting was look, we're going to do this horrible thing to you, but here's picture of cute Bob.
Yeah.
Are you okay with this? We will trade you 3 dog picks. 3 dog picks.
It's kind of odd how that worked, by the way.
Oh, it worked brilliantly.
It worked, and it's become an enduring tradition.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was just
Yeah.
me and Jazz's entire interaction for that entire game was just trading dogs. It was-
Oh, that's incredible. Well,
Wow.
your dogs are phenomenal. I've forgotten
Oh
their
my God.
name.
Richie.
Barry and Richie. Yeah.
Richie.
Henry and Richie. Thank you. Oh my God, they're so handsome.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they're all grumpy old men now, like us.
Oh,
Yes.
I love
But, yeah.
it.
Seriously.
I love it. I don't know if I've seen a picture of Barry, or maybe I just don't
He
recall
had
seeing a
both in
picture of
one.
Barry. But we got the emoji of Richie is what we have, and I love that one.
Richie just looks like a grumpy old man.
Yeah, he's actually
Wow.
mellowed in his old age, actually. He used to be, like, when we got him, he was very standoffish and very, like, I'm going to guard you, but don't come too close to me.
Oh, buddy.
But
Yeah.
now he actually demands attention. He's like, no, I want your lap. I'm going to lie and sleep here.
Oh, my God.
Barry, on the other hand, has gone the other way. He used to be very much like, I want all the attention. Now it's like, you touch me, I'm going to, he's just old. He's going deaf and he's going blind. So
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy. Yeah, that's got to be
Yeah.
hard. That's got to be hard. Oh gosh.
But he's still adorable, and you love him for
sure.
his personality.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
But to redirect back, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you're up, Bress. Sorry, buddy.
I was just gonna say, I think we figured out what Oldwolf's role on the team
That's
was.
what I say, yeah.
That's what that
Yeah.
was.
Dog
He-
picture aficionado
and
slash
shit stirrer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? Well, just because it's a little hard for me to remember everything that happened then, was there anything else that you kind of got into in game 2 for us, or was that kind of your deal since you came on so late?
That was pretty much it. I mean, I think I was coming through with because obviously the events of the last couple of round and a half is all the whole like us and Ghosts doing the whole marriage thing, and like we'll
Yeah.
just make each other, and everyone else is like, this is bullshit. Like you can't be doing this. Like,
Okay, well,
Yeah.
fuck every game since then. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
No, exactly.
And I haven't been on any of those teams, by the way. Just gonna say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, we were
That's
then obviously when was you? I don't think either of you on the next game were on the same team, but we were on the team that were like, we just want to live on our was it demarcation zone. We just want to live with our own little planet, and then we can extra dipload our last planet to eliminate us. We just want to live.
Oh my God.
just wanna
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us.
yeah.
They wouldn't let us do the.
it wasn't extra. It was my team that eliminated you with the
that's
Diplo thing. It was a Franken
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
right,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't me. We've talked about this at length. I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
We just want to live in our little safety zone under your occupation, but no,
Too
we had to
bad.
get brutally depressed. But anyway, it was
Too
good. It
bad.
was a good
I
story.
mean, hey, man, what's life without depression? You know, like I don't think I'd be alive without it.
Oh,
No, so-
there's the kitties.
Who wants to be just happy? Like that just sounds real boring, right?
Yes, it does. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god, those cats grooming themselves in the background.
Aren't they great?
They're adorable.
Aren't they
Oh
so
my God,
sweet?
They're synchronized too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
really are.
it's-
I mean, they
Whoa.
do everything together, and they
Oh my
do
God.
everything exactly the same way at the same time together. It's like it's hilarious, honestly.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's adorable.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So what's next?
I guess you kind of touched on it a little,
Yeah.
Old Wolf. But like, do you have a favorite game 2 moment?
Trying to remember.
I mean, mine was the
hardly.
table flip, right?
Oh yeah.
Matt rolling the
Oh,
dice.
yeah,
and
I mean,
just
that's-
flipping the table.
that
That's-
was pretty amazing.
yeah.
Uh,
There's been nothing like that team since. No one's put nearly as much effort into memes. As much as they
Word.
act like they have.
Yeah.
Like we were across the gambit on that motherfucker. you
Yeah,
know?
definitely. No.
yeah, I mean, obviously, game 2, I think it was just that perfect thing. Everyone had gone through the first game, kind of had like done their feeling out period, and everyone was like, game 2, we can be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
Absolutely.
I also think it was well timed, obviously, with the episode that came out, and the community was sort of just exploding at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was at the tail end of COVID too, when people still are kind of not going out, so they're like more. just
Yeah,
I had more time to bullshit.
yeah, there was
than
more
anything.
energy and more like, yeah, there was more time, there was more energy to like dedicate to making it feel that way. So yeah, I agree that it was kind of this like golden era in that way.
Yeah, it was just a perfect confluence of events and people, mind you, because it takes some
Definitely.
personalities to really get along for that bullshit. So.
Oh yeah.
And no one was like burnt out at that point, right? Like a lot of people after game 2, game 3, people started like, oh, I'm gonna have a break, and then if you're gonna have a rolling people having breaks, then it's sort of like that momentum gets lost, and you don't have the full group of people. And there's some pretty great personalities in the community, right? Like I think it's a great community, but
for sure,
kind of good to highlight all that stuff.
Yeah, but it is definitely like in flux. It's one of those servers where it just like really like a game will like take it out of you, honestly. Like you can get like so emotionally invested or just like or whatnot. So then it's really easy after a game for someone to be like, you know what, I'm just going to step out of this server for a little while. And that doesn't mean they'll never be back, you know, but it definitely is like a changing roster in that way.
Well, it's like negotiating a TI on steroids too, man. Because like you have like if you're the negotiator for your team, you're like constantly talking to people about things, and things fall apart in a moment's fucking notice, and it's so fucking frustrating. As the guy who's done that for 3 different teams, it's just like
it's a lot of energy.
Ass off on this deal, and then just everyone was like, "Nah, man, we're not doing it."
Exactly.
I'm like, "Okay, Davey, I thought I liked you, man, but I have a real job, and I have taken breaks from my real job to talk about this, like
to do a corporate deal."
I still like Davey.
Fake internet plastic.
I still like Davey.
You should put on your CV if you want to do like business management job or anything. Just be like, "This is look at what I had to deal with." Like, when I
applied for the MTG job, I actually did like make some TI comments, but they didn't give me a call back or anything. One second, if he's bringing his cat on screen, I gotta bring my cute boy on screen.
It's pet time. It's pet time.
It's the
Choco.
And it's kind of funny you say that because obviously the current community game is interesting.
Oh, it's wild. It's wild.
I have no idea what's going on because I chose Croix and I'm in Croix by myself. There is a faction that's like in the gate that got taken over, but I have no idea.
Interesting.
I have no idea what's going on. So I see one system, I see mine, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean it is like it's a fog game, just like by its definition, and by the way it goes. I mean, we talk about it. I think we're making an effort to talk about it in the episode proper. So then this will be happening like later in the episode or whatever. But there's definitely going to be more information about like how it's generally going. But from my perspective, I can't tell you like the grand state of things like at all. Because it's like a fog of war kind of situation that's going on.
Yeah.
Frog of war.
Literally what I've done is I've done tech, I built it home, and that is all the actions I've done for this entire round.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not going to leave my home for the entire game. Let's see what happens.
It's a war of attrition, man.
I mean,
I'll just lift my fleet supply, just build ships. That's all.
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Slicer, baby.
Yeah. It's been wild. It's been wild so far. Frox, what's the next question, though?
Yeah, 1 second. I was just really into that, actually, because I'm not up to date on that game, as we'll more get into in our part. So, I mean, I know what his answer is going to be, but what's the best channel on the Beautiful People Club?
Oh, it's clearly Alex Horn posting.
Yeah, okay. That was definitely what I was thinking.
No, it's definitely the Doghouse. It's all the
it's the Doghouse, 100%.
Yeah,
it's got to be the Doghouse. Not the Choco
baby.
Being a Doghouse, he just pissed on the carpet. So I'm going to take a 5-second break from this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, take a quick break. Yeah, for real.
Oh, good.
Yeah, wouldn't be a Doghouse conversation without something like that. It's almost like Choco was summoned to be the center of attention.
He needed to mark his territory.
He knew what he needed to do. But
to make his mark.
Yeah, I love that the Doghouse, like the way that came about is I had already had my channel for my little babies, so I can post all my cat pics, and we've just been like talking like, oh, cats are so cute and blah 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 blah, and then fucking EJ comes in, and I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he was just like, how do I make a channel, or can I get permissions to make a channel or something? And then I just set him up and was like, yeah, you can do like whatever you want. He looks
right at me while he pees. God damn it, dude.
Of course.
He is alpha you.
No, he looks right at me while he pees, and then he ate the pee cleaner. So I literally have to use dish soap and a fucking rag until I go get some.
Oh my god!
And I should have taken him out before the interview, honestly, because he'd been laying around sleeping for 6 hours. But I was like, the boys.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was just talking about how it was EJ who made the doghouse.
Yeah.
EJ was just like, I want to make a channel, and then we gave him permissions, and then he's like, this is exactly what needs to happen right now.
Yep.
And then it was just like, you knew exactly what we were missing. You're fucking legend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all we have to say. He's a fucking legend.
Love it.
No.
Love it.
No, man, no. I love this doghouse. I love my dog peed the moment we start talking about the fucking doghouse.
Of course.
That's right. He's a 9-month-old puppy. Like,
yep.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do
it. I'm not mad at him if I come off that way. It's just more of timing, right?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, fucking horse.
Of course.
All right. So, well, Doghouse, great channel. Yeah. You're a normal submitter there as well. So, thank you also.
Thank you for your contribution.
Why take coffee pictures if you can't share them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, for real.
Like, my phone is 98% dog photos now, so it's pretty fucking phenomenal.
Mostly just asbestos photos, but yes, the
that makes sense. That contextually, that makes sense. Yeah. That sucks though. All right. So next question, and there is a correct answer for this one.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite wedding ceremony?
Oh, the ghost one.
Duh.
Oh, okay. Good. You'd be surprised how many people get that one wrong.
Was there any other ones?
Well, I don't know if you're married, so this joke's a lot less funny this way. Yeah. So.
No, for sure.
I should probably say my brother and his wife, but
there you go.
Hey!
They're not gonna see this video anyway, so it's fine.
We'll give them an honorable mention.
Surprise! They're right here.
No, it was not to get to it. It was great because we had to. Obviously, me and my other brother were both the best, bridal party. Mm-hmm. So we had to because it was even numbers between the sides. So me and my brother walked down the aisle hand in hand.
No.
That's adorable, man.
That is really cute, actually.
We had fun with it. You got to run with that sort of stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. Not even a fucking question. Oh man, I want to be a flower girl in a wedding for sure. Like I'm gonna do that. Like whatever that viral video is, that dude. Like I'm gonna reenact that exact one.
Yeah, I was a bridesman for one of my friends' wedding, and it was pretty funny.
Oh, that's
good.
Cool. That's really cool. Oh my god, stop. Fucking stop. I can't. We were like this interview is gonna be 20 minutes, but it's gonna be like 40 because the next 10 minutes are gonna be me saying
watching the pet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She wants to mess with my cables. Is what she wants to do.
That's what they all say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, do not pee. I know you want to pee.
Yeah.
You have that look. Anyways, so. All right. And then, buddy, there's this is the most important question you're ever going to be asked, ever. Will you marry me?
Do you want a card into Australia, don't you? A visa, is that what it's going for?
I hadn't even thought about that. I just love you deeply, Tim, and want to spend my life with you, but like that part would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what your 401k is like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's doing great actually. I'll sing you that. I'll sing you my crypto thing too. But since that's your answer, you're clearly Team Brass because that's a trick question. Because it was Team Brass or Team Frox. It sounds like you're into money, and he's the rich motherfucker here. So.
Look, I'm gonna pick. I mean, obviously, I flipped and flopped between between the two of you over the time.
Yeah.
But now I'm just TJJ.
Oh, that's actually the correct answer. Yeah,
that is the correct answer because he's way fucking cooler than us, man. I'm a semi-finalist. Yeah. Brass is just a fucking badass. And he's a finalist, and he's a tech daddy.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
he's got the true dad vibes. Is what he's got.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I had a lot of fun messing with him leading up to it. Like I made his merchandise for when he wins, how he's future champ, and he just all the replies like, "You're ridiculous."
You're so silly.
Can hear him. He's just laughing while he says it.
Yeah, he took it with good fun. Like obviously, it can get annoying after a while, but no, he enjoyed it.
Nah, dude, he has like a 14-year-old, like a 28-year-old, and like a 19-year-old. You're not gonna annoy him.
No, totally. Totally. Yeah. One of my favorite JJ moments recently was, we're all playing like Baldur's Gate right now, and then he was like, he posted something where he's like telling his kids like, "Look, I'm a thirst trap," and he's like pointing. he's pointing at his Baldur's Gate character, and it's like a Githyanki with pink hair. And then, like, his kids, like, don't realize that that's his character. And they're like, well, which one's your character? And then he points at this, like, hot Githyanki or whatever. And then they just, like, absolutely die. And they're like, no! Look, kids.
My dad's an e-girl.
Look, I'm a thirst trap on the dating simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
God, dude.
Yeah. I've started playing it. I had some fun with it. I need to actually get into it.
It's
oh my
pretty
god, Brassbird run through is my favorite. Because I'm a completely naked barbarian.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm not supposed to be doing the talking, but I keep doing it. So all the cinematics are just me walking up, hanging dong.
Yeah.
And I'm a dwarf too.
Yeah. The naked dwarf barbarian, I think, is my favorite thing. And then it's like hilarious because like I like recreated one of my old D&D characters that I played in the campaign like years ago. I was like, oh, this is exactly the vibe, and he's a dragonborn paladin with a big great weapon, and then he's just like. He's like, you know, it's like the contrast is hilarious because I'm taking it like seriously, and then Ferox is not, you know, like.
I'm also I pretty much
thing,
only
right?
throw things too. That's like all I do.
Yeah.
So I'm this naked dude who's bear hugging people and throwing them.
It's a hilarious vibe. It is.
Hopefully they bring in like Cavalaxi at one point so I can do the Puss in Boots again.
That was fun, man.
Yeah,
that was really
wait
fun.
for the DLC, man.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
all I'm saying. Wait for
Valerian
the
doesn't
DLC.
do DLC, actually, buddy.
There's what?
Valerian doesn't do DLC.
Oh, really? Okay, well,
It mods. There's a bunch of
mods.
So
Exactly.
it'll be on there,
exactly, for sure. Damn, dude.
Well, Bress, do you have anything else, or?
Yeah, well, I want to close all these out by asking our good friends, is there anything in particular that you would like to shout out?
I mean, I think I've said it a few times. I think just JJ.
Yeah.
We'll do better for you, buddy. Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, we need to.
It was really
you
our
owe him an
fault.
apology.
Yeah.
We let you down.
And,
You know.
Well, we need to get a scannable QR code to help JJ afford all the tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that'll be
QR code.
better for him. Yeah.
A Ko-Fi, a Vimo for.
Tech Venmo. I love it.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Well, Oldwolf, this has been such a pleasure, man.
Dude,
good to see
you, man.
Fucking love you, man.
Yeah, thanks for making it.
Thank you very much for inviting me on, and good luck with it. I've been really enjoying your stuff. So,
hell yeah,
guys.
We're gonna keep it going.
Stop. I'm not crying right now.
I'm
Weird.
not crying.
Really weird.
No, that's
Really
just the
weird
smell
about
of the
coming.
ammonia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I just did a cursory thing too. I gotta feed them and walk them another 2 miles after this.
Love it.
Fucking end me.
Love it. All right, great. Wait, we'll catch you later, Oldwolf. Thanks, you, man. Thanks,
All right,
man. We
guys.
love
Peace,
you.
buddy.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
All right, everyone. I'm here with Old Man. It's GI, right?
Yeah.
Old Man GI. He's here. What's up? How you doing?
Doing good, sir. We're just doing nice and fancy.
Love it. Excellent. Well, I'm so excited to have you on for the Bat Cap Roundtable. It's been a wild journey. It's been a wild ride ever since we started on this whole thing. And Ferox and I just thought it'd be really fun just to like get the OG crew together, do a little reminiscing, and just like try and get a sense of like, I don't know, who all of you are also at the same time. So I don't know. Do you want to tell the folks, as much as you feel comfortable with about like what's up with you? Like, where do you live? What do you do? What's going on in your life?
Yeah. So my name is Louis. My real name. I live like around St. Paul in Minnesota.
Oh, beautiful.
Fun fact: I was the second person. Me and my brother were the second persons to get our hands on a physical copy of POK.
Oh.
So we went to that it was like November, a month before the actual release date, and they had like an extra before time, like I guess you could get your copy early. And so then we went there, sat outside, chilled out with a few other folks, and got our hands on the copy. It was really cool.
That is so sick. Yeah, you're like right there. I didn't even like fully realize that that's like where it's all centered and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
That is so cool. Wait, so St. Paul isn't that like there's another city that's like just right?
Yeah, Minneapolis.
There. Minneapolis. Okay. So, but
That's
St. Paul.
the bigger one.
Dude, I've been to St. Paul before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, but a friend of mine was going to school out there studying music. And I just like, I was at this point in my life where it's like, I just feel like taking a trip. You know, she's doing this like really cool like music thing. She's an amazing opera singer is her vibe. So I was like, you know, I would love to come see your performance. So I went there in like the dead of winter. And
my favorite.
Dude, it was intense. I've like never experienced like Midwest winter. And then I realized like, wow, this is something else, dude.
It gets wild up here. Yeah. There's so much snow. Yeah, the older folks reminisce about having to put like little red things on top of their antennas from their cars to like locate the car in the snow.
Yeah.
Because the snow is so deep.
Wow, that is wild.
It's like wild. But it doesn't get that deep nowadays, but it still is like several feet predictably every year.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
Wild, dude. Wild. Well, send some snow pics in the winter is what I'm saying. We want to see some snow pics is what we want. So we're having to fit this in lickety split. You're the first in the series of Bat Caps that we are trying to interview in whatever capacity that we can. But we're having to fit this in because you're leaving for some kind of trip. Like, what's going on with that? Is that something cool that's going on?
Yeah. So I'm actually Catholic.
Word.
So this is a soon I'm going to be leaving in like a week for a training to like work as a missionary for a year.
Wow. Whoa, dude.
So yeah. Investing in what I believe, and it's really cool. Love it.
That's cool, man. So you said it's going to be like a 2-week trip. Sounds pretty intense. You're going to be like kind of unplugging for a bit, which I think is just going to be good for like mental health in general. Just like, but you know, unplugging from the digitized world that we're in is always going to be a good call to take a break from all that. I'm cool.
Super excited.
That's super cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, wishing you safe travels to do all your fucking missionary stuff when it comes to that. And I don't know, you're still going to be like hanging out with us, right? Like you're not going to be too cool to like, you're still going to be doing like TI games when you're out and about doing your thing.
Oh yeah. You
goddamn better.
I'm going to be checking in
you better
right before the retreat. Oh no, Arborek, we're losing.
Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, I've just got a short list of questions that we just want to roll through here. How did you join the community? That's something that we like to ask people. Like, you know, what was that like for you?
Yeah. So let's see here. It was I think release of POK times. Like I was younger back then, like maybe 13, 14-ish. And I was like starting to like get on Board Game Geek. And like I was like, whoa, there's a website about board games. This is crazy. And I was a huge TI head. We had indoctrinated several other like friends of ours, and they bought their own sets. It was great. So we had a whole little community with like some of our then high school friends. So then we were hanging out playing the game. And then I found out about Space Cats Peace Turtles on the thing, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. And then they were talking about the codex and the new expansion coming out, and I just hopped right on the hype train, and that carried me into the Discord, and from there I discovered the tournament, playing online, hopped in the Community Plays TI Discord like right after it launched, was playing some like play by forum on the Board Game Geek forums, and then like async popped up, and I was like, let's play it out on Discord, because that sounds so much easier. And and then so I was in game 6 for the Discord. They're on 500-600 now. I don't know. Crazy,
wild.
But yeah,
that's awesome.
But yeah, and then now I'm here.
You just gone full bore into it. Yo, I dig it. I dig it. Man, that's so interesting. It makes me think of Jade, how Jade, like you and Jade are like at similar ages, and to think of like you guys getting into the game. I think Jade's using a different name now. I fucked that up. But anyway, but like y'all are similar ages, and you've gotten into TI like at this age that I can't even imagine. Like for myself, like back when I was like whatever, like 13 or whatever. It's like, dude, I wasn't playing TI when I was 13. Like, just that's wild. That's so wild. Do you remember back in the days when during Community Game 2, do you remember if you had any particular like role or something? It's really fuzzy for me.
I think it's one of the few Community Plays TI games that I was in, so I kind of remember a little bit. I think this was funny. I wasn't like online at all that much because I didn't have Discord on mobile yet. And so then like I was hopping on the computer every once in a while to check in on stuff. And then like I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a captain so that I can like keep up with stuff and maybe make some cool decisions. And then I think it was like you guys nominated me as like supreme leader without my knowledge, which was really funny. And like I popped in one day, and then people were like, "Hey, yo, supreme leader, help us out here, make a decision." And I'm like, "What? Okay, great, we'll do this." And then everyone's like, "Great, we'll do that." And then that was really fun. I was like, "Let's go!" I get to be the supreme leader who's absent most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so loved watching you guys run the show.
For sure.
On the Empyrean team. But yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, it really was the glory days. Like it was, because it was so much like the wild west. Like things were still very like experimental, but then at the same time, like we had kind of collectively been like, okay, now we know what we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Game one was just like chaotic, and you know, Bort was just like posting screenshots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What does this all mean? What, I don't even know what's going on. But game two is like just had a completely new and more solid, like comfortable flavor about it. Do you have any particular favorite moment outside of that supreme leader moment, or also just expand it into a generally favorite TI moment ever?
Let's see here. I do like. Let's see. I don't really have a particular moment from that game. I did like the marriage video that we made. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the archives, but that was an hilarious meme video. But then let's see here. I do like first Fog of War game. You were in that too.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see here. I think there was this one time I was planning on submitting as a play of the week, but never got around to it. But like I found out that Yin was like about to win in the status phase, and so then I pecked War Sun in like the final round. I was barony and I had way too many planets. And then built 2 War Suns, rifted them both into the Yin's home system. I distinctly remember sending the message, and then HolyTispoon, like he was modding the game, and he responded like, he like literally spit out his tea at when he saw my message. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And then both the War Suns made it, and like bombarded the planet, but like the infantry were too strong.
Yeah.
And then it was really funny. I got to scuttle both War Suns and rebuild them both back at home to defend myself, because you and us. Yeah. So sorry, you were extra.
I was extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah, that was a great game. Honestly, that was such a great game. Very memorable. My favorite moment from that game in particular is when like I thought like, you know what, barony is a problem. I'm gonna do something about barony. And I charged through. I made a funny meme about this one time, but I charged through the beta wormhole with like my flagship and just like all this stuff, and I'm like, I've got warfare, and I'm like, I'm ready to charge through. And then I didn't realize that Quan was like directly adjacent to your home system, double docked, all this shit, and Arc Secundus, and I was like, this is not a good situation, actually. I thought it was going to be, I was just like so confident, and then I got on the other side, and I was like, yikes. This is Fog of War. This is fog of war, yo. Like, leads to funny ass moments like that.
I really love that moment. I remember those memes were hilarious. But yeah.
Oh yeah. So which is the best channel on Beautiful People Club?
Ooh,
we've got a lot of them.
Channel.
We've got a lot of them.
I need to look at a channel list. Let's see here.
For sure.
I really do like the Good Times channel.
Oh yeah.
That's a good vibe all the time.
We keep it immaculate in there for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's hilarious that you guys just added a neutral times channel. Just like I didn't notice it until like a week ago, and I'm like, wait, what?
Is necessary.
Yeah, and then of course the Mega Meme Center. I got to get my daily dose of TI memes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Mega
Meme Center is like the master archive. Is essentially like what it's intended to be. It's just like all of my stuff I put there for like reference and everything. But then just like, and it's even stuff that's like not even TI memes, I think, like makes it in there too, just like meme stuff in general. So I don't know.
I've seen a few things.
I like that to be a big party for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The next question I was going to ask is something that I think you already answered, but Frox wanted to know, what was your favorite wedding ceremony?
Yeah.
You already said it.
Yes, I did. Community plays TI game 2. I forget what was the other team we were marrying, but like
it was Ghosts.
It was Ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's lore perfect. That's wonderful.
Exactly.
But I just remember watching that video and listening to all the different people voiceover. So serious, just hilarious.
Yeah,
I love that.
It was like such a commit to the bit, like kind of thing, and that was like really all Frox's thing, like that he was developing, and he got his friend that was like a professional voice actor to like throw some stuff on there, and
that's cool.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like really how JJ like really won us over and became such a close boy to both of our hearts, is that he was like, oh yeah, sure, I'm down to clown and do like the voiceover for the ghost side on this and everything. It was just such a ridiculous thing in general, but it was just very heartfelt, you know. It was very heartfelt, and it was just like the vibe of community game at that time. Is I feel like there was a lot more just like outside the game, like silly stuff that was happening. I mean, for better or for worse, it's like people are very much like on the board with community games these days. When it's like a standard game, people are just like in negotiations and they're like in the game and on the board. But also the memes have been getting better.
The memes have been getting better. More people discovering their inner talent.
Yeah,
it's good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, man. So we got one last question, and it's the most important one. Are you on Team Frox or Team Brass?
Oh, dear.
Who's Team Jacob or Team Edward?
I don't know. I mean, like, I've always really wanted to like grow nice facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that then it's difficulty between your fabulous beard and Frox's wonderful mustache.
The mustache, dude.
The mustache, wonderful.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go Frox because I love that mustache.
Yep.
I love you, but I love Frox's mustache more.
It's okay. You can tell me to my face that you fucking hate my guts. It's okay. It's okay. But no, the mustache.
Yeah, Brassbird, you suck.
Yeah, I suck, dude. No, but the mustache is glorious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when he's gonna bring that back, but it is. It's just dapper. I can't rock it. You know what I mean? Like I tried before. I might post a picture. There's like a picture of me and my old college buddies, like, and we're all like, we're wearing ties. Yes. We're at a gig. Me and my musician friends were at a gig, and it's like we're all like wearing ties. We all have beers. Like I'm wearing like suspenders or some shit like that. Like it was very much like we're all like such dad looking motherfuckers, and we all had mustaches at the time. And it was like. So yeah, I mean, I've rocked it before, but like I can't do it anymore, man.
Yeah,
just can't.
It takes particular skill.
Yeah,
my uncle has that skill. I've yet to find out if I have that skill.
Yeah,
find out.
Yeah, one day we'll find out.
One day.
Cool. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. We got lots of interviews to get to, but hey, anything you want to shout out real quick at the end here?
Not really, I guess. I guess if you happen to be in Minnesota, hit me up.
Hit him
Love
up.
to play a game.
Yes.
And if you happen to be Catholic or Christian, love to talk to you. Love to find more religious peeps in the community.
Word.
They're really cool.
Word. All right. Love it. Hit up my boy, Old Man GI. He's chill AF. And cool. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, man. This has been fun.
Yeah. This was awesome. Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody, we're here. Yo, it is yet another interview with yet another beautiful, wonderful, amazing Bat Cap from back in the day. We got Biotic, also known as Daniel, my boy.
Also known as the Lore Master Supreme.
Yes, exactly. He's my sweet Swedish boy, and no one can say anything different. Well, he can be both of us.
You Brassbird already, so.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. No, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel, I just want to say, first of all, like, I know you've got your own incredibly busy, incredibly fulfilling life, but every single time that you post in the server, like, it fills my heart with joy. Like, literally.
Well, and it's not just that. Like, I could be in the middle of running and like I get a notification you post and I stop and respond.
Yeah, it is such a pleasure to have you here, man. Honestly.
Yeah, you mean a lot to us, and we the impact you've had on our life is not missed.
Thank you. I really appreciate this as well. The thing about Discord in general is it's kind of difficult to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, I usually post in a good channel, I think. So that's
times,
like I'm crashing it from time to time because you're
crashing. No. That was literally made with you in mind, buddy.
Yeah.
Literally, you realize you were the person who started like posting photos of like your outings and stuff with your kids, like skiing. Right. So I was like, well, like this shit's awesome. I want to be able to look back at this. So that's like what got the channel started, actually. So
I think it was a sub channel from the Bat game originally. Like I remember back then I went out roller skiing, and it doesn't count if you can't post a picture from it. So,
exactly.
I mean,
picture didn't happen. Exactly.
Yep. No, exactly.
That's why I send pictures of myself sleeping to Brass. He doesn't believe I ever sleep.
It's kind of weird, man. Who's taking the picture is what I have to ask, like what's going on there?
Why do you think I get on dating apps?
Like literally in your profile, like you must take pictures of me while I'm sleeping. It's not weird.
Text them.
It's not weird. Yeah. Text them to my friend. Wow. So Daniel, how about you just tell the folks at home just like a little bit about yourself? I already said that you're my Swedish boy. Do you want to give us any background on what's your life like? Where are you living and stuff?
I live in the southern part of Sweden in suburb to the city of Malmö, which is like just across the strait from Copenhagen in Denmark, which is another country, just to make sure that we separate.
For the geographically challenged.
For the Americans.
But I mean, I guess Denmark is the U.S. of Scandinavia.
Interesting.
We're more of the Canada.
Okay.
When it comes to view life and Huh. But I'm 37. Living with my family, my wife and 2 kids, 2 daughters, Emily and Siri. And I started to be a teacher, but I haven't been teaching for like 7 years now. I'm working in the city of Malmö it doesn't sound as interesting. Well, I find it interesting, but I imagine Parks and Recs, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But with the school system, it would be the perfect show. Right. I'm working with the municipality to make sure they make the right kind of decisions. The politicians usually they don't.
Yeah, well, at least you're trying to steer them right.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but I make sure to get the right kind of statistics and data about our schools, so they know how much they should fund the different schools and so on.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's my thing. On my when I'm not working, I'm usually for the last year I've been we got this called the Swedish Classics, which is like you have to do 4 different kinds of races. You have to swim for 3K, run cross country for 30K, cross skiing for 90K, and biking for 315.
My God, dude! Yeah,
Is that in one go, or is it 4 different races?
4 different races. The one in the swimming was in June. I was running north of Stockholm last Saturday.
Oh my God!
And then I'm going skiing in at end of February and biking in. So you go biking around the second largest lake in Sweden, and it's in early June.
Wow.
So yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you have
and
2
then you
kids
get
and a
a
wife. You
medal
have to keep
for-
happy on top of training for this. Let's keep
Yeah,
that in mind.
you have to do all 4 races in 12 months to get this achievement. So it's a thing there. It's a very
That's awesome.
Man.
It's something you do when you either turn 30 or 40. It's what you do.
You got to prove that you still got it, baby. That's what you got to
That's
do.
the most
I know.
Swedish sounding shit I've ever heard too. By the way, it's like it's an entire country of like fit people, and it's like so like there's like this thing we all have to do.
It is. It's our middle life crisis thing.
America, it's like spend money. In Sweden, it's like, hey, make your life better.
Yeah,
think
dude.
about it.
God, it just makes me tired thinking about it, man. Like I'm on this whole like fitness journey myself, but hearing all that is like, oh, dude, I need to go lie down, and I'm just listening to that, dude.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm really happy for you that you found that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's good for me as well. I mean, you look kind of. I mean, roller skiing is not the most sexy thing you can do, but I mean, here we are. So
no, it is. It's sexy. Come on.
Hey, let's be honest here.
I'm not sure if you've ever seen some roller skiing.
I mean,
Brasky pulled the footage of him roller skiing that I got last week from my drone footage of him.
Yeah, it's in the Good Times channel. He posted it without him knowing.
I mean, it's not weird at all. I just didn't tag him because it'd be weird to tag someone you're stalking.
Yeah. I should mention that for Biotic, it's we caught him at 1 a.m. because it's whole time zone business and everything. So if he seems a little tired right now, there's a pretty reasonable explanation for why that is.
Because he's a bitch.
Yeah. Got 2 kids.
Like I don't.
Come on, dude, get your shit together.
Baldur's Gate and Starfield and Phantom Liberty. So yeah, it's been
man. Oh wait, so you have been playing Starfield though? Is it good? Do you like it?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right.
It's not Baldur's Gate good. It's
Yeah. No, totally.
This is where I announce it. I call Baldur's Gate Baldur's Dick. just hanging dong all over the place.
Hanging dong in that game. Yeah.
Literally all I want to do, all I have been doing, hanging out.
Hilarious.
All right. Well, thank you for my PSA. We can move back to the scheduled program.
Love it. Frox, how about you get the first question started? I gotta open the window for my cats there. Like,
all good.
They need something to look at.
So, Biotic. I guess this is a standard question we ask everyone who comes on. How and when did you kind of join the SCPT TI community? Not necessarily. I mean, you can tell us when you first started playing the game, of course, but this is more about like the Discords, right?
Yeah, because the game was in 3rd edition, and that must have been, I don't know even when it was released, but I know it was like the big thing that got me into gaming. Because I mean, I had to stop playing World of Warcraft, so I did this cold turkey thing and started playing board games instead. It was the thing.
This man, street recounting, is something a very core memory of you. He had to stop because his wife or girlfriend at the time, if she was dead, was gonna break up with him. Classic story. Classic story. That's a core memory I have of you.
She's my wife now, so it's,
hey, that's a success story, man. That's what that is. That is a success story.
And I think I got into SCPT. I mean, it was among the 2-digit episodes, so it was less than 100 episodes, I think. And I think I just had to have some kind of strategy for some, I don't know which faction it was, but I probably played it very bad either way. So, but and that's, I mean, I didn't have been using Discord before very much, but I got into the Dare SCPT server. So, and that was the first step. And then I think I heard about the community. Well, that's a couple of years later, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really sure the time span here, but I think I got into the community game in the first game, but I didn't participate.
Okay. Classic.
Yeah. And then I think people start talking about it, and then the second game started, and that's when we got into the bats. The bats, not the Imperials. Bats.
Yeah, and then that's kind of a natural segue. But I interrupted you though. Sorry, it was like, what was your role on that team, man? Like on that team.
Well, you presented me as the lore master. I'd say I was more of the squire to the lore master. Frogs, you were the lore master back then.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we began with, we started, because I still got all that saved. I started writing something like the Bat Fighter, Bat with everything. Just
the archives are incomplete.
Yeah, the old Batman series and all that. Everything was a Batarang and all that. So, and then someone got annoyed at it. They didn't like all the first. They didn't like all the Bat things in the other teams, of course. And then they got quite annoyed at our lore portion. But that was pretty fun.
It was the highlight.
It evolved.
It did, yeah. And the thing is that there was like consistent characters. It's like different people kind of like took the baton as far as like, I'll write a lore post, but then it's like we're going to use the same characters. We're developing like somewhat of a storyline. There was some like Bob the Builder shit for some reason. I still don't understand why.
The Builder shit, some?
Yeah. There was some.
Let's just say my FBI agent may have been saturated for a bit, okay?
And I had the Chief Palpatine one.
I love that shit.
And we wrote it with
we picked whatever strategy card we had was what character was the point of view character for the. That's what we had construction, and that's how the Bob the Builder shit started happening.
Of course.
Yeah, and then I started writing with the strike through in the special in the
italics,
words and all, just to get this kind of
different
feeling
voice
for the characters.
Yeah.
So it went pretty far, I think.
It got deep, dude. It got really deep.
We have our own wiki. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. It really was the highlight for me, and it was just one of the things that really felt to me like we were setting ourselves apart, giving our team a very specific kind of character, and just showing that we were like doing the work. And like I keep saying, it's like we had the most fun, and the extensive lore posts was definitely part of like us having the most fun of any team for sure.
I agree, and I also think it was like you couldn't imagine a better way to get people together. I mean, it was even for no matter if you were used to playing the community game or playing TI or getting into all the Discord shenanigans and all that, but just the you had this context, and we could. It was very welcoming. I mean, we could all participating, and some were, I guess, a bit more focused on the strategy than others. But I mean, it all worked.
I was enjoying all of it.
Someone had the memes and all that, you know. So yeah.
No, and I will say that it's that was like almost an experiment. It's like I think most people just want to be part of something, you know, and if you give them a role and something to do, definitely adds to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess kind of where I want to go from there, unless you have anything else you want to add, of course, is
no, but I mean it's also like, and then everything with the plants happened. And
of course,
we did this. I did this music video with cages and plants. And it was
I remember that.
Did a sweet symphony. I mean, it got way out of hands. I mean, it was
that was a huge project, man. Like, you know, like I've made like short GIFs in the site that I use and everything, like, and the amount of like moving that you have to do, you have to take the image and move it with the GIF to like keep it aligned. And I've only done that for short ones, and you did that for like such a long video that I was like, this is ridiculous, dude. Like,
it was ridiculous.
This man
high effort.
Commits to the bit. Yeah. We have a long Discord chain about getting Max from Goof Troop to voice our final fucking move. Like just him and I. We were like, he was like, yeah, we can pay for it, just us two.
Wait.
I'm like, dude, we don't even live in the same country. Like I'm gonna what?
Wait, hold on. So is that where the Max from Goof Troop thing came from?
No, that came from it was that SCPT episode where they were joking about it. So
okay.
And we put his cameo, and it was like relatively inexpensive, but his turnaround time was like a week, and I'm like, that's
because the game was about to end, I think. But we had actually looked up the voice actor for Max from Goof Troop. And I think it was Matt or something who was talking about. Yeah, so that's why we tried to.
Yeah.
To get him.
I just had
I don't know
like,
if it was for
the thing.
Yeah, I don't know if we wanted him for the PowerPoint bit you did, or was it I don't remember. But you know,
it was Google. I don't, dude. I can't afford PowerPoint.
Sorry,
Google Slides, man.
Yeah.
Google Slides, baby.
Yeah.
Well, it got made into a video, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember when we released that I was standing outside my daughter's violin practice and participating in the live event.
Oh my god!
Excuse me, honey. I gotta go outside for just a second.
If you'd said recital and not practice, I'd have been a little upset with you, but I was like, okay.
Respect, for sure. Wow,
oh, man.
Hilarious. What's the next one you got for me, Frox? What's the next one?
Yeah.
I mean, you've kind of touched on it a little already, but what's your favorite Game 2 moment, man?
Well, I think the movie that was made and the live event for that. This was like
the lore. Okay.
Yeah, well, I enjoy the lore, but I mean everything. This was like a crescendo, you know. Everything like got together in that moment, and I don't remember who got married back then, but with someone. And it's
that's man.
And
then also your favorite TI moment in general, to seg from that, like any game from a game you've played in.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and usually I guess you want some like victory from behind or something, but
nah, dude.
The most memorables are those where you like you get eliminated, or like when you're playing on Discord and asynchronous, and you know that when you go to bed and you can see the gym player is about to play his hero. And you know that when you wake up, you either see your home system gone or not. And I got a friend who's he became a dad less than about a year ago. So we started playing a lot of TI on Discord back then. So I can still talk about that moment with him because it was he who played it, and I remember so vividly how bad I felt going to bed because I knew he had Fleet Lug and he had the hero, and I knew. So the first thing I saw is that like he only took the neighbor planet, and then I just opened it up and
yeah.
And that's a very. I mean, I lost badly then, but
I love
it's
that.
a very memorable moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fun in a way as well.
No, some of the disasters are the most memorable. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, like one of my favorite TI moments is in like the game we do not speak of. I like knew some bad shit was happening, and I stirred the pot so hard that no one ever looked at me ever again. So,
no, totally. We don't talk about this one.
We don't talk about that one. But
I wanted to bring up a game 2 moment that just like popped into my head, and I was thinking about this earlier when we were talking about like, oh, just give someone a role and like tell them to do this thing, and then it's like they will embrace it. And we had a somewhat of a late comer to the team, this homie Nugget. You remember Nugget? Yeah.
I remember Nugget.
Yeah, so he's a
Aussie boy.
Yeah, he's an Aussie boy. And he came in, and like I said, he was a late comer. So he hit this. He hit the team at this arc where it was like after our whole like chance at the win had got completely ruined, completely ruined. So all of us were feeling kind of salty, and we like all banded together under this salty feeling, and we were just like, let's embrace it. Let's make a meme out of it, and then Nugget Nugget led the charge of and he was like,
go stir shit, Nugget.
Yeah, go stir shit up, and then
he's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, go stir shit,
just
buddy.
Go stir shit up
on the bus. On the way to work.
Yeah. And he had this whole thing of like
breaks up by Limp Bizkit on the way to my cubicle.
Yeah. he had this whole thing of like how we're going to use the specific emojis. Like, it's like we're going to use the sh emoji, or we're going to use the
we
zipper.
Can't use words, just
no exactly.
Words,
no words, just emojis. We're going to be salty, and that's okay. Like it was.
Oh my god.
Oh man, it was great. It was like it turned that whole time in the game, because it's like because that. By the way, if you've never played a community game, or if it's been a while, I want to tell you straight up that happens every game. Every single game, there is a team that turns into the salt mine. That fucking happens every single time.
My team.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, yet again, I am a walking like cardiac arrest waiting to happen due to the amount of salt in my body. But like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's always a fracture.
Totally.
Sorry.
So,
therapy. I paid a lot of money in therapy. We're not gonna.
No, totally. So it happens. It happens every game. First of all, and then second of all, it's like knowing that was like going on. And then having Nugget come in with this like totally different take and different energy on it, like made it feel so much better.
Yeah.
Made it feel just like, oh man, we're like having fun with this, like we're having a good time. And then the game ended, and then everyone got at each other's throats, and it was like a whole thing.
I did not realize how much people disliked us.
Yeah, until after the game, and we were like, Jesus, you guys really didn't like us? What the fuck were we doing, man? Like, damn.
When they opened up the channels, that was kind of surprising.
Oh yeah, open the logs, open the logs, Fond, open the logs.
Yep. Oh man. Well,
wild.
Speaking of channels, I think I know what your answer is, because you already kind of answered this, but we're keeping this uniform. Favorite channel on the BPC, Beautiful People Club.
Yeah, it's without a doubt the good channel.
Good times.
Good times.
His life.
Yeah.
Someone changed the name.
I think it's Frox Loves Life. Is that it?
Oh, maybe.
Something
I
about
didn't
Frox.
change it.
Yeah.
It's literally just me.
Love Frogs or
AKA
something.
Frogs love life. Oh, it's about my love life. Oh, that's not good times.
That's fine, so-
That is not good times. That's an ironically named channel. Holy
Shut
shit!
up.
I just didn't realize that.
Shut up.
Oh, fucking end me, Jesus Christ!
But
I need to
we
start a
also
dating
got.
podcast about how to fail at dating. Anyways, what were you saying?
I mean, we also got Prepara. So Prepara is Prepara.
Oh, yeah.
Prepara is going to be the last interview we're doing for this.
Oh.
And,
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
appropriate. So beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, for sure. And Daniel, I mean, we said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. I literally am just jealous of your life every time you post something. It's
No, it's
like,
true.
you're like, oh yeah, just
Yeah.
like out on a walk, and I'm like, that's the most beautiful fucking place I've seen in my entire life, and you're just like
Yeah.
on your street. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. No.
Sweden seems incredible. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
absolutely.
The funny thing is I'm never as Swedish as when I talk to Americans. So I mean I got family in Texas, so I know that every time they either come here or we go over. It's been a while now, so I know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this country at all. But when I talk with my friends, we have a different kind of view of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sure.
But
I mean, it's human
beautiful
nature,
country.
right? Like we are not going to go into this, but like you're always got to look how things can be better. That's like why we don't live in fucking
Yeah.
caves anymore, you know?
Sure.
True.
Sure.
Yeah. So no, well, that was a good time, and you know, I'm going to use my mouse that my dog chewed up to slowly find
Love
what
it.
our next channel question is. All right. So, yeah, well, I mean, there is a right answer to what I'm about to say, and is your wife within earshot? Is not that question, but that's an important part
No.
of this question.
She's sleeping. So
All right, so
Okay, good. Yeah.
what was your favorite wedding ceremony? And there is a right answer to this.
well, apart from the one I had with my wife.
Oh, okay.
Okay, second favorite. Okay, so what's your second
favorite.
Yeah. He'll be back. Don't worry. He always comes back.
I'm team Brass.
You know, I love myself. I love myself.
Yeah.
We can't get that
Yeah.
angry anymore, Brent. We can't. Working on that in therapy. No,
It must
sorry.
be
What were you
the
saying?
wedding ceremony in the Bat game, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. I mean, it was really such a high. It was like really one of the most high effort memes that you could have. And I remember pretty distinctly, like, you know, I didn't really know Frox very well back at that point, and you know, like we were just like really bonded together in just the energy of the moment, and like we're just doing this thing, like we're having so much fun with this thing. And then he was telling me for, you know, days in a row, like, I'm working on this video. And I'll be honest, like, I didn't really put a lot of stock into that, or I didn't like, it's not that I didn't believe you, it's that I didn't, you know, it's just like I like couldn't like visualize it, you know, like,
dude, it's kind of like I can't make this joke. Nope, not making this joke. Moving
okay,
on.
all right, don't make that joke. But he was telling me for days, like, I'm working on this video. I'm putting so much work into this video. I'm doing this thing. I'm bringing in my friend who's a professional voice actor. It's going to be a whole thing. And I just like didn't put any stock into it at all. So then when it did happen, I was like, wow, I was so blown away, dude.
Oh, by the
Honestly,
way, and
so
then like
blown
you hear
away.
JJ's voice, and you're like, wait
Yeah.
a second.
Wait, do
Oh,
I?
it was incredible.
Am I in love with this man right now? Like,
As it turns out, yes.
Yeah.
By the way.
yeah, totally. Yeah. I agree. It was great. It was a historic moment.
Yeah.
Well, and now for the most important question of all, and there is a right answer to this one too. And Brass, I'll let you ask this one. I can't. I've been hurt before.
Are you on Team Frox or Team Brass?
Yeah, so that's like picking between Frodo and Sam, right?
Well, there's a right answer there, though.
Yeah.
You know, right? There's a correct answer there. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you like Gollum the most.
Oh, call him the most. Well, I think like if we were playing something, I'd be more competition with you, Frox, without a doubt. I think we have like 4 or 5 unfinished started round 1 TI games.
Yeah,
and you
that's
are
true.
with them as well, Brass, and
Mm-hmm.
Frox usually gets a bit competitive in those.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a semifinalist for a reason. So
but I also think it would hurt the most if Brass stabbed a knife in the back.
Okay. Well, we know who the most lovable person is on this podcast. Cool.
God, that hurts me so much because I literally just like do that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't actually. I literally don't, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would have like. We would be fine with hurting each other, Frox. So that would be...
Yeah, definitely. I'd be fine hurting you. Absolutely. Because I know at the end of the day, you'll love me.
Word.
That's why Brass and I are so fucking contentious.
It's like...
But like, Rick goes on the internet, I'm like, I need your approval.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
For sure. Oh man, hilarious! I think I enjoy the answer. You did a great job of like not breaking either of our hearts in the answer. So good on that. Yeah. Good on that.
I mean, if I had to pick between you and Holy Tea, I mean, HolyTispoon is HolyTispoon. So,
obviously,
that is true.
Yeah,
I mean, like, listen, blessed be his name.
He's the Gandalf to Salmon brothers.
It's true. It's absolutely true. So that's all the official questions that we have. But I mean, like, we obviously can just keep bullshitting for as long as we want. The last thing that I want to ask is just like, do you want to make any special shout outs to anyone or anything, or if you want to plug something, or like literally, the floor is yours.
Yeah, it would be amazing if I had something to like, if I was like plugging anything, but I don't. I really appreciate your work on this. I mean, the both of you. That in my opinion, my view, it's. I mean, getting into the community of I love SCPT. Don't get me wrong, but it's. I don't have the stamina to keep up with everything happening in the different channels there. I usually go there for like if I need help with some rules or stuff. So it's perfect, and I love their podcasts. I love the show. But the thing about the Beautiful People's Club community, that club, is that I mean it's so much easier to like get a sense of place in a way.
Yeah.
Which I think it's very difficult, no matter which kind of Discord server or place on internet or whatever you're at. It's very, very easy just to get into. Like, if I take the Good Place Frogs Love thing channel, Frogs Love Life channel. I mean, there's like no issues if someone like myself just randomly put up a picture about my Strava run, swim run somewhere. So
we have the game train now too, man, where we talk about working out.
Yes.
Yeah, great. And I mean the BG3 channel stuff.
Yeah. Baldur's Dick 3. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Baldur's Dick and Guys channel.
All right. Yeah. It's very, very welcoming, and it's very easy to find a sense of place there. So I really appreciate it, and I think the both of you are very much to thank for that.
Well, we appreciate that, man. Like a lot, and
means a lot.
I mean, we love you, dude. That's why you're here, right? So
yeah, exactly. I appreciate it, and so. It's a great place. I really appreciate what you're doing with this. I mean, it's not easy. There's like some crazy,
my dog,
very special place in a way. I mean, it's you can't really describe it, right? I mean, there's so many strange things going around, but at the same time, there's some like it just makes sense.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's like a melting pot, man. A lot of different interests, a lot of different things, a lot of different. It all comes together because I mean, yet again, everyone is welcome, but and no one's ever caused a problem. But if anyone does cause a problem, they're fucking gone because
Yeah.
good
vibes only.
Attitude. I don't care if you agree with everything I say. You don't have to, but you gotta have respect.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes someone beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Well, man, loved having you on. Loved talking. Thank you so much for staying up late. You're not a bitch for being tired. I'm sorry I said that earlier. I'll take it back.
Hilarious.
No problem.
Yeah, man. We love you so much, and it's just been such a pleasure having you on since the beginning. You were there at the beginning and have hung out with us ever since. So it's much appreciated, man, for real.
Yeah,
I
for
really
real.
appreciate it as well.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, cool.
That was Biotic or Daniel.
My boy. My Swedish boy. Excellent. Thanks, man.
Later, buddy.
Okay, good night.
All right, everyone, we're here. It is the momentous, amazing time. I'm here with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, HolyTispoon, my dad, pretty much. Welcome, Dad. You're here. You're doing the dishes, yeah. In
I'm going back to basics.
Classic teaspoon fashion. I love it, dude. I also love this. I don't know what camera you have going on, but it's following you. How is this working?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's called Center Stage.
Okay.
It's on the iPad, the Apple stuff. It just basically, because I move around.
It
kind of zooms in on me, so I don't have to move stuff around. Now, of course, when I'm doing the dishes, it's a little weird, but our friendship started while I was doing the dishes, so it's still kind of right. Also, you're catching me at kind of a weird time for TI stuff.
For sure.
So, got to do everything that has to happen at some point or another.
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do. I understand it. I respect it. I love it. I'm just happy to spend time with you is all, man. I'm just happy to spend time with you. We almost had Frox, but Frox has got a lot on his plate right now. The most salient thing that happened is that, so he's got this new puppy. I don't know how much we've been able to talk about that, but he's got a 9-month-old puppy named Chaco. So sweet. We're calling him Choco Taco is the cute name for the puppy. And he called me and he was like, well, Choco found a way to essentially rip off the entire front part of his cage. Just classic destructive puppy stuff. So, but he's such a sweet boy. So it's obviously was not done with any kind of malice, but yeah, so he's got a lot to figure out, and first of all that thing. Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons I was late, partly my daughter had a really hard time going to sleep, so she yelled at us for a couple of hours, as is customary these days. But she actually's been doing a lot better. But tonight, for whatever reason, my dog, who's not a puppy anymore, she's a big
Winnie,
giant. Yeah, Winnie, big, giant, muscular beast of great strength. But, not the sharpest pencil. And she's part Great Pyrenees, so she has dew claws. I don't know if you know what those are, but they're basically like an extra toe on her paw, up on her leg. It's kind of a nerve that she can't control.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, it's like an appendix that needed to have gone away with evolution. So it's she can't control it, but if it were to rip out or something, it would be super painful because it's still attached to her skin.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's one of these things that they sometimes recommend removing with surgery because they do get entangled with stuff. So anyway, she's now afraid of our floor, the hardwood floors. So we bought her these runners, these little carpets that that makes her more comfortable running around.
Yeah.
But they're very cheap because we were kind of doing it temporarily to So she managed somehow to tear one of them.
Oh no!
And, no fault of her own, but it got entangled around her dew claw.
Oh no!
And I had to try to free her from it. Now
poor baby.
After touching it a couple of times, she like growled at me and started talking. She's like basically looking me in the eye and say, "Look, I really love you.
Yeah.
Don't make me do this because I'm really scared
of
pain. Actually, she's like, don't touch me."
Yeah, for real. Oh, poor baby. If only she knew you're just trying to help.
Yeah, it's like I can't take her outside like this. It get there's like a string that is like wrapped around it. Well, anyway, I ended up using this wooden spoon. It was magical.
Yeah.
I just dipped it in peanut butter, and as soon as she's licking peanut butter, she doesn't care about anything. So you can hack her head off.
Yep.
Touch whatever you need.
Poor Winnie. Well, I'm glad it worked out. Glad it worked out. Yeah.
But
yeah. Hell
the
yeah.
Trials of. So what's up? What's the special thing?
Well, let me tell you what it is, Spoon. So it's essentially, we're just reminiscing, man. We're just reminiscing about the good old days, the way it was. And we wanted to bring on the core group of the Bat Caps. That we're telling the story over and over again, but we all formed a friendship around the events of Community Game 2. And when we migrated and started our own server, it really was with this core group of, however many people. It's like we're talking like 6, 7, whatever, less than 10 people. Just a core group of us. We're like, we just want to keep hanging out. We'll play some TI. We'll just bullshit, whatever. We'll party. And Frox and I have just been reminiscing and thinking like it would be so great to have just like a little round table. So we wanted to bring everyone on individually, kind of like introduce everyone to like, so just the people that were there in the beginning and, do a little bit of reminiscing about the game, but mostly just talk about what's going on with y'all now and just getting more of an idea of who you are. So you are HolyTispoon. You're very, very important member of the community in so many different ways. Very, very integral to a lot of the stuff that's going on in the async world. And so you live in.
I don't do well with compliments.
Yeah, no, deal with it. So you live in Austin, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Last time I checked, I randomly ended up in Austin, Texas. Not something I would have expected or predicted if you were to tell me that would happen. But here we are. I did manage to see Jazz Action when he was here.
Oh gosh, that's so fun.
Howdy.
Oh my God.
Was he
a
sweetheart?
Oh God, isn't he though? Everyone's best friend and worst enemy, I like to say.
Yeah, I just think he's a sweetheart. I think he's yes, sure, he has the edge when he needs to bring it out.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was real nice.
He's a very gentle soul. Yeah, no, we love Jazz. 100% love Jazz. Love Jazz's dog. Maybe even more.
Yeah.
But great. You're also close to K Ruthless.
It's true, and I just stood up meeting him Friday, not for games, because my son came and threw up on my bed.
Oh,
so,
God. Kids,
so I decided maybe I'll stick. This is the thing of kids and this is like all the school started again. And so everyone's bringing their nice viruses from their summer vacations and sharing them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sharing is caring, and kids are like cesspools of disease is what I've learned. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a short-lived stomach bug, but I am going to try to see K Ruthless again and play some games.
That's awesome.
Maybe even I'll play ATI in person one day.
Hey.
I don't know.
Dream big, man. Don't let your memes be dreams, is what Brian would say.
Yeah, I met Brian too when Jeff was here.
Oh, that's so awesome. I saw the video of them doing karaoke, and you have no idea how jelly I was. I was so jelly.
Yeah, I should have come out for that night. I came out the night before for reasons, but I should have probably just joined them for the karaoke.
Wow.
Because I sing and mean karaoke.
Mm-hmm. No, you sing. No, you definitely should sing karaoke. What's your karaoke song, Spoon?
You know, it's been so long, but I mean, for a long time ago, it used to always be Queen songs. Not that I could really sing, Freddie, but it was all about the heart. You know, karaoke is just about the heart. So somebody to love. Even Bohemian Rhapsody is kind of a group effort.
Oh yes, of course.
But I also have a soft spot in my heart for the Aladdin duet. I Can Show You the World.
Oh, I can show you the world. I love that, dude. I would do that duet with you.
Shimmering, splendid. Tell me, Brassbird, now when did you last let your heart decide?
Oh, never, Spoon. It's never happened.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So,
wow. I love it, man. I love it. Well, I guess we should get rolling on with these questions, man. Give me just a second to get it pulled up here. Just in simple terms, how did you what was your whole experience with joining the community?
You know, I've been a board game enthusiast for a while. And Wild Imperium, when it was third edition, was one of these games where I I really want to play one day. It seems like exactly up my alley. You know, I would play all these other games that are like that. But right around that time, when I kind of was getting more into games deeply, you know, I had a kid, was working on my dissertation, and it just didn't seem like, you know, it was really hard to find a whole day. And Wild Imperium 4th edition came out, and I was like, all right, this is my chance to hop on the train.
Yes.
So I bought the 4th edition when it first came, and I started listening to Space Cat's Peace Turtles. And I, you know, as Hunter said one time we read my errata or whatever, is
oh yeah,
Teaspoon plays this game mostly in his head, like I said it before, right? Because it was true.
Yeah.
I played it every 2-3 years in person. Then I started playing on the forums. It was really slow. It was but it was the only way I could play it, right? So I would do. And I mean, I think we told you about how the async server started, and that was basically it. It was we migrated over from Board Game Geek servers, and once we came on the Discord, you know, it was you know how Discord is. I don't need to tell you. You get into it, and then it's it can become kind of all-consuming, and then from there on, you know, this is the reason I'm on a break now is because for 18 months straight I was pretty hooked up on Discord, very
mainlining it, dude. Yeah, it happens to all of us.
And no, it got, but it, you know, but I'm transitioning by way of taking a break into what I hope would be a healthier arrangement.
Dig that.
So I'm not breaking up from Discord. But I did tell Discord it's not you, it's me, even though we all know it's Discord.
Word. Yeah, no, totally.
But yeah, I mean, so I really fell headfirst into the Discord. I played very few games on TTS or TTPG. You know, I played tournament games, but I played very few games in person or on the Discord. And actually, once I started playing so much async, etc., I couldn't really play in person with the people I used to play with because, you know, they didn't memorize all the text by heart or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was not the same kind of experience. So I could only play with there's a group that meets in Austin and whatever, but they play at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, and it's weekends are my quality time with my kids. So I really try to guard those, even though I would love to do it. It's not even just that first of all, I need to take care of my kids, but even if I had to raise for them, it's like my time with them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So it was and still remains primarily like this Discord connection, which is why meeting you and Frox mostly through the Bat Captain experience, and you guys were the first people that kind of transitioned into real people for me, even before Kate Ruth, which became like people outside and beyond the Discord name,
Oh, totally. I love it, man. Well, I love the whole direction that it's all gone, and like we've made some like really quality connections here, and that's what this whole like episode is about. It is about celebrating like, the whole genesis of that. So it's beautiful, man, and I'm so glad you're a part of it, dude. Taking it back to the days of like some Community Game 2 moments. Do you remember what your role was on the Bat team? I think I have a pretty good idea of what it was.
So I'd love to hear your take on it, but I would describe myself as an aloof, irresponsible strategy consultant. Like I would make suggestions and then not take responsibility for them.
Of course.
And I never really got into a community game in general. Mm-hmm. I really love the idea and I love a lot of them, but I kind of started a lot of games and was like, this time around I'm going to play it, and then fell off of it really quickly. And the reason is it's so much to keep up with.
It's way too much sometimes. Yeah, for real. Way too much.
And I'm the kind of person, so what a lot of people do is like they check in, they're like, I don't know what's happening, but here's what we should do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't really, it's just not, like I really love to have full control when I'm playing and have like really long-term plan. And my acing games, I often have like, I've been planning this for weeks.
Yeah.
Jazz, I've been planning this thing. I've had my codex plan. They shuffled the deck. Like I've been strategizing for weeks what I'm going to get, right? So I just couldn't get it. But Community Game 2, like Community Game 1, I missed the start of it. So Community Game 1 was like the one I really tried, right? Mm-hmm. I really tried to keep up with. But yeah, I was definitely not like a central figure in decision making and or the vibe. But I kind of chimed in when I was around and tried to do some things, and then really wanted to do the action for some of the really fun parts. The roll the dice for some moments, right?
I remember you as the master of the pins, or just the guy that needed the pins to be a thing. Right. That was the thing, because you were just like only able to come in, and you were like, I need something to like catch up with what's going on,
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So what you're catching on was the joke that developed out of my anxiety about like, I'm really trying to keep it up, keep up with what's going on. And you freaking pin the plan. Because we would do like, all right, this run, first section, we're going to sling a Stroder.
Yep.
Then we're going to, because we slung a lot of Stroder.
Oh, yeah. So that leads into the next question for me, at least. And I'll kind of like kick you off with like, this is what my favorite, as far as like what you were involved in, but you can also fill me in what your favorite moment from that game was, or just one of your favorite TI moments in general. You can just answer it in that way. But my favorite was when I had to do something on the day that we had this like really important attack that we were going to do against Arborek, and I had like planned out the whole thing and pinned it. And then you were the one that actually had the time to step in and just be like, hey, I'm just got the guy that's reading the instructions in the pin, and you just perfectly like negotiated and like went through that whole interaction. So that's my favorite moment from the game that involves you 100%. We're going to blow up their war sun. I
think it was a 2-part plan, right? Because the first part we ended up kind of negotiating a sort of extortion deal. Yeah. And the second time we did actually attack, right? Because we did need to destroy their greatest ship. And I have a feeling, if I remember correctly, I did do the combat where we scored that. I actually think it was part of the deal, right? Because we had this like combat calculators, and it was all with the dynamo and all the mechs, like they're gonna not be able to do any surprises and blah blah blah. And they ended up saying that they could do it because they thought we didn't think about them being able to pop up a new war zone with the Armory Commander. There's all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then we ended up negotiating a deal to just get their flagship instead, I think, which is how we destroy their. So we didn't go pop their war sign. We just got the flag. But in any case, it was me falling the pin.
Yep.
Rolling some dice, and also being, kind of taking a super firm stance in negotiation, being like, "Nah, we are not."
Of course.
This is what's happening. I just have a pin. I'm falling the pin.
Of course. Incredible. Yeah. What I know you're taking a break from Discord right now, but I do want to ask for the amount of time that you've spent on our server, the Beautiful People Club, which is your favorite channel on the server? I think this is a fun question.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much happening there, way too much for me to keep up with, even in good times. But I really always loved Looking for Goblins.
Yeah.
That always felt like my place on your server.
Goblin
of course, there's the Mega Meme Center.
Yeah.
But, and Looking for Goblins is where I also got to buy some of the shirts that Elspeth made.
Yes.
Right, so she designed some shirts. So that all started from Looking for Goblins because she posted her SRL shirts there and whatever.
Yeah, no, I love it. The jerseys are such a cool idea. We got this other one in the hopper that's like an esports team like idea, and the team is.
I'm in on it. I'm all in.
Oh yeah, of course. My team is also named Bort.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think I got number 17. I try to be super duper minimally keeping an eye on some stuff.
Sure.
But I just had, I already said I had to, a lot of other stuff ramping up at work and whatever, and I just decided I want to give my full attention.
Yeah, of course. I dig it, man. I dig it. I'm kind of speeding through the questions here because I got something else going on tonight, but I do. This is a crucial question right here. What is your favorite wedding ceremony that you've ever witnessed?
For sure, it was the wedding ceremony where the chaplain was Big Al Cappuccino. Big Al Capone with a ghost from Community Game Show.
Of course, that's the only right answer.
Of course.
Kind of a joke question, but that's always a fun one to bring up. I mean, it just goes to show how we were just like the team that had the most fun. Like, I think unquestionably in that game, like we had the most fun. We did the silliest stuff. We put all this try hard effort into like the memes and stuff, and that's why it will just like live on for me for eternity.
But here's the thing, and that's like also commentary about a lot of community games and how people played in like PvD 500 and other stuff. We were playing for the memes, but we were still playing the game.
It's true.
We were playing the game to win. We were still trying to score points. We had crazy plans with the Dynamo over the Malice above the Ghost. But we were selling Etherstream. We were playing speaker games. We were doing it all. And this is my point about some people are like, well, it's just we're having fun. It's casual. So we're playing for them. You still play to win, even if you are doing quirky things. And that's what was fun about that team. We made plans so elaborate, things that never came to pass.
Yep.
That could never come to, because by the time they came around, they were not relevant.
Got to cover all the bases.
It was good times.
It was the best times, dude. Last question I want to throw at you is, take your time to answer this one, but are you on Team Frox or Team Brass? Come on, man. Come on. Be honest. You can reject me to my face. You can. It's okay.
I'm on Team. Franken.
Hey, that's the right answer, actually.
Frankenspoons.
Yeah, no, it's good vibes, dude. It's good vibes. Always love. I'm sad that I wasn't in on that one. Yeah, no, among your children.
children.
Exactly. No, I won't.
Yes.
I won't for sure. But yeah, no, I would love to do some Franken stuff with you, man. I would just love to hang out with you again, man. I mean, like, obviously take your time on your break and everything, but when you come back, just hit me up, man. Is what I want to say.
Yeah, I miss you. I was just thinking about Fog of War 20.
Oh, word.
In the lurch. You were deep in there with some folks.
The win got stolen from me. I had the win set up, and then Extra just stole it from me.
How is it possible? Exa was pummeled there. Even though
I know. It's so weird. Politek came in.
Seated.
Yeah. I was just so confused because Politek came in and he was like, "Oh, I got the win. Sorry, Brass, but Tonks really set me up well." And I was like, "Well, Chasset set me up well, so I guess Tonks set you up better than Chasset set me up." So I don't know.
I know. The game of subs.
Yeah,
it's like Game of Thrones.
The game of
people
subs.
Who don't know what house they're for.
There's a meme
Are
for you.
Playing? Yeah. All right, my man.
Well,
real good to see you.
Good to see you, man. I mean, anything that you want to shout out before we boogie?
I mean, I'll just shout out an apology to all the asyncers, especially PBD 500 and 100, but also a few other games that I've just, from being among the fastest players who berates everyone when they're like missing more than 24 hours, I just disappeared for like 2 weeks now. And I have not found a way to rejoin. I will. So I would just would like to apologize and appreciate folks like you and Jazz and whoever who still is willing to take me when I come back.
With open arms. I'm sure the apology is appreciated by everyone, but you never have to apologize for me. I think you're beautiful and perfect. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. All right. Well, I'm going to get one little for the YouTubers. I'm going to move over so you can see my sweet little cat in the windowsill just clowning around like a little clown. And we're going to go ahead and sign it off for this one. Love you, Spoon. Thank you so much for making time for me, man.
Anytime, man.
All right, everybody, we're here. We're here with our most beautiful, most wonderful, most favorite Pokemon of them all.
Well, I mean, whenever you get a spiel, you just accept that that's what when God gives you a spiel, you give a spiel about spiel. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole spiel about spiel.
Mm-hmm. I'm really spieling it.
Yeah. We're here with my favorite Pokemon Master, Prepara player.
And I'm Prepara's #1 fan and have been for about a year and a half now. So
Totally.
How you doing, my man?
By the way, thank you very much for that.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Very much appreciated for being my fan for so long. Sticking by me.
I have to. Honestly, I'm like that #1 fan in Mass Effect or in is it Oblivion or is it Morrowind? Where I'm rooting for you, man. I'll annoyingly root for you, quite frankly.
Totally.
So.
Well, this is my favorite podcast on the Citadel, so I get that.
Well, my name's Para Player, and this is my favorite podcast.
That's so
Citadel.
good. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're here with Prepara. What I always like to say about Prepara is that he lives an enchanted life. Is the way that I describe it. I mean, you've got your own channel on the server that is called the Prepara Love Channel, and if I remember correctly, you co-opted it because it used to be the Jazz X Hands Hate Channel.
Yep.
Which was always a good channel. Yeah.
Like there was one episode one day when a new episode of Prepara was dropping, I was like, what if I just change this channel name, hype it up for an hour, and then drop the episode link?
Yeah.
And that was really my goal, was just to hype up one episode, but it hasn't changed in
it hasn't changed
5 months now, 6 months. So
yeah.
So here's the thing. I started this server and added like 3 channels. And now we're at like 40.
Yep.
I added the Good Times channel was the last one I added, I think.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of hands on the ball right now. A lot of hands on the ball.
Honestly, yes, which I'm totally cool with. And two, like, our mod role is literally called Prepara here,
Yes.
for good reason.
Yes.
You're the one who knows what the fuck they're doing.
It's true. It's absolutely true. We wouldn't be here without you, Prepara, and just want you to know that we love you dearly. We really do. Yeah. I mean, you made the fucking logo thing. That's like at the end of every episode.
Yeah, and he made the logo for the server.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. For real. So Prepara's the one that does all the heavy lifting. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So I guess
I argue that the podcast itself is heavier lifting, but
but you're the moral support that we need is what it is. So
like you're like oh my god, I'm playing Persona 5 again right now, but I'm not far enough to have the name, the redhead girl. You're kind of our support character. What's her name? Anyways, moving on.
Prepara. So do you want to tell everyone a little more about yourself or what's going on with you and your life and everything? Like, you obviously live in Japan, which is fucking cool.
Fucking cool shit.
So I live in Japan. I'm a programmer and lead programmer in the game localization industry. So without going into too much detail, I mean, I work on software that's used for translation. A lot of companies use us. I get to go to Tokyo Game Show every year. It's pretty fun. And I work on a small team, but we're part of a big global company. So that's where I got into TI in the first place, because we just started playing at work on weekends.
Oh, that's badass.
Well, he is answering one of our questions already.
Exactly. So. Yeah, I guess we're into it. Yeah.
Set up TI for a day, and I get hella drunk on Moscow Mules, and I guess they're not Moscow Mules anymore, but it'd be a good time.
They can be Moscow Mules. That's fine. We can acknowledge their checkered past, but still loving them.
Also,
that's why I like Brass. He's got a bit of a checkered past, but we still love him.
You don't know the half of it, brother. But there's a Moscow in Idaho. So if you need a different association, you can just have it be like
me,
Moscow. Idaho has potatoes. Potatoes become vodka. We're good.
Wow,
we're good here.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess you already answered the first question. It was how did you get into the TI or just the community in general? Like, how do you know how long it's been that you've been in the community here?
Yeah, well, I guess the community, I started listening to SCPT early on, and at some point they mentioned it in Discord. I was like, maybe I'll join eventually. And at some point, Matt said they had a beer brewing channel on Discord. And I was like, I've got to join and learn how to brew beer.
That's cool.
Before COVID hit, I want to say it was early 2020. And then I found out brewing beer is illegal in Japan, so I didn't brew beer, but ended up in the Discord anyway. So
what if you were brewing beer and you're just lying about it, so the federal agent watching your internet doesn't catch you
here for that? Yeah, like you can legally buy everything to make beer. You're just not supposed to create anything with alcohol content, like over 0.5%. But there's a pretty big scene for it.
Sure. Yeah.
As someone who could get deported, I've chosen not to participate.
Yeah.
If I were a legal resident or citizen or whatever, I don't think there's much penalty for it. I'd probably do it.
Totally.
Oh,
understandable.
Man. I love that.
Wow.
I absolutely love that. Well, man, no, that's pretty cool. And so I guess while we're here, I'm going to give you the question, the Prepara special. Favorite type of beer?
Imperial Stout, easily.
Easy,
yeah,
dude.
That's
man,
pretty...
have you ever tried Old Rasputin?
I have. Not recently, but a few months ago I had a can. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. That's my favorite shit, dude. That is my favorite shit.
I like Chimay.
I haven't tried Chimay.
Those Belgians, man. Those Belgians. Belgian Trappist ales, dude. Get on to them. You're going to be poor for the rest of your life.
Dude,
but
all I'm saying is West Coast, Best Coast, Fort Bragg, California, fucking the Russian, Old Rasputin, Russian Imperial Stout, dude. That's some good shit.
The best brewery in Japan is called West Coast Brewing because they were inspired by the US West Coast.
Well, there you go. Dude, there you go.
She's welcome. They're not even on a West Coast, but
close enough for me, man.
Definitely my favorite brewery in Japan for sure.
That's incredible, awesome. Dude. That's incredible. Man, I mean, we're going to move on to the other questions soon enough, but I just want to ask again, what's your favorite part about just being in Japan? I'm so enamored by the whole thing. Obviously you go to the Idol concerts a lot. I got to tell on you here in a second and say that you were supposed to meet with me to do this a little bit earlier, but then you blew your voice out at an Idol concert, and then I messaged you and was like, I just want to be as important to you as your idols, Prepara.
And I'm your number one fan.
I think, well, you kind of are, but, you know, it's hard to do a podcast without a voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what if we got you like one of those Stephen Hawking things?
There you go.
It could have been pretty funny. You know what's funny is I'm a fan of blew her voice out a month ago, and so she could only dance, and then she got one of those things like I'll just text-to-speech on her phone and did all of her like communication with fans via text-to-speech on her phone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting. Actually went through that. It didn't work very well for me because I was laughing the entire time. But it was pretty fun.
Understandable.
Oh man.
But yeah, tell us a little more about Japan. What's the greatest part about living there, being there?
Yeah, I mean, in general, the lifestyle is just in Tokyo at least is incredibly convenient, right? Like I don't have to drive or anything. I just walk out of my house and there's a supermarket or wherever I need. If I want to go anywhere, I just walk onto the train and pull out my phone and read a book for half an hour, and then I get off. So it's just so easy to do anything in life here. I mean, in general, the food's healthier. The vegetables taste great at the supermarket, especially compared to America.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big fan of just the lifestyle in general. And then, idol stuff, anime stuff is great. You can tell from my camera, which is a live camera despite no movement on it, that decent amount of stuff I've picked up over the years here.
Totally.
Blink once if you're being held hostage.
Well, guess it's not hostage then, no blinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
I remember when you got that spiel, and I've been talking about it for months now, and it's just
Months?
like, yeah.
Buddy, he got it over a year ago.
Over a year ago. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
July of last year, I think.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious. What the time has been flying on by, man. I'm just like so tickled by this feel because it's like I kept making this joke of like, because it's huge. It's like life size, which, you know, however big a spiel is supposed to be. Like, I'm not really
0.8
sure.
meters, and
Exactly.
I don't know how much that is in American units. but-
Yeah, for
Don't
real.
worry, I'll give you some freedom units. I got the Google machine. 0.8 meters.
Yes, yeah. It's not accurate weight-wise, but it's accurate height-wise. This fuel is supposed to weigh 39.5 kilos, and if it did, I would have a lot more difficulty carrying it around.
Yeah.
2.6 feet.
Wow. I mean,
There
that's
you go.
pretty chunky.
That's a chonky boy.
Pretty chunky boy.
It's
is
no
what that is.
dugong, but you know what is.
Yeah, but I just keep imagining it as being this like enormous thing that is like so like taking up so much space in your apartment that you're like being pushed to the wall by this feel, and it's like keeps growing and like keeps suffocating you, or it's like watching you while you sleep or something. Like,
Yeah,
So
it has a
entertaining.
permanent corner next to my bed, so it's always staring at me.
It sees you when you're sleeping. Oh
no,
man.
for real though. For real.
Yeah.
Right
all
now,
right,
it's usually at my desk. So, like, if I was, like working or using my computer, this is where I would be sitting.
Okay.
Well,
That's
there we
pretty
go.
cool. All right, Prafara. You're my favorite person to ask this question to because I think you and I pretty much had the same role because you were the nighttime quote unquote version of me. What was your role on the Bat team in Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, originally I was one of the first captains, right? I think it was like 3 of us in that first week or so, and then Frox showed up. He showed up like towards the end.
Yeah,
of the round.
I joined March 18th, and I think I was in the middle of round 2. Construction had just been played.
Yeah, and round
And it was
2,
a whole thing.
I don't remember what was going on, but I was a lot less active round 2. So like, did a lot round 1. I think it was me, Jasper, and Brass at that point. Maybe Teaspoon as well. But it was like a smaller group. And I come back at the end of round 2. I'm like, man, this Frox guy is really taking over, and he's doing great. That's a that was pretty fun. Yeah, I was because I was Japan time zone. I was often the night shift from the American perspective, and then I definitely came up with a lot of our crazier like potential plans. I want to say like movement wise and whatnot that I don't think any of them ever got executed, but I just kind of talk about them.
Well,
And I think
I
my main
have
goal was
two-
taking beer pictures and all the negotiation chats. But
I would say I think like my 2 very visceral memories of you. One was the balloon pop. You were the one who posted those 2 together. So you came up with a lot of that kind of imagery we would always do, like the bat with the fart after it.
Yep.
oh yeah.
Yep.
That was definitely you. And then it was the balloon pop when we were talking about popping the War Suns.
Yep.
But I mean, in my other very visceral memories, you were kind of my co-negotiator.
Yep.
A lot of the time, like you and me were definitely the ones who were negotiating with people the most. We bring Spoon in to like really drop the hammer because I have trouble being mean. Like outright.
I be very casual with the negotiations, which is part of where. I mean, the beer wasn't strategic. That was more me being drunk, but it did.
Like you do.
No,
like
I mean,
do.
getting people to like and trust you can really alter deals. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's about being relatable.
I wasn't playing the game as a game of TI. Personally, I was playing it as hanging out with the community and TI is going on.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's the right attitude.
Every team was playing it that way, but that was my focus the entire
Well, and I mean, it was to great effect, man. We really got a lot of very favorable deals, quite frankly, as that game went along. And in no small part to you. You know, I mean, Brass, yet again, he was the onboard strategy guy, and oh, Jesus Christ, talking him out of fleet log every fucking action. But anyways, we can move on.
Okay. Don't start.
Hey, listen, we're going to do this, then we're going to fleet log.
Don't start.
No, hear me out.
Hilarious.
But, nah, man, I like that. But, so I guess that can kind of segue us now onto our next question, which actually, what is your favorite moment from Community Game 2?
So my fondest memory is, this is going to be kind of random, is that because like we were memeing a lot, but we kept making good plays. My fondest memory is every time Winter came into our channel and said, "You're not the meme team. You guys aren't making meme enough plays." Remember that so vividly. Because Plant is the one that was really trying to make meme plays compared to us.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, they had this whole thing where they were living the meme, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and like the other thing was, it was like they were in a very strong position, man.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
So, yeah.
God, one of my favorite memes from that game was like when they moved the War Suns into that empty space. Well, it was just the one War Sun, I think it was, but they
it was just one.
When they moved it into the empty space that was like adjacent to Bereg Lierda, our main production center. Like when they did that,
double docked, by the way, Fram.
Yeah, double docked. Exactly. It was really hot.
War machine in hand.
I did the thing like because Daniel had made the transparent bat masks, so that was like, okay, I can put the bat masks on stuff. So I did the meme where it's like from Star Wars when they're approaching the Death Star, and then they're like, "That's no moon," and then they all have the bat masks on them. Like, that was one of my favorite ones from the game for sure.
Oh my god, dude! That time in my life was just it feels so the glory days. Like my friends in real life, we have this concept of like the glory days when all six of us lived in this house together, and like just total degeneracy. It's like most fun I never want to have again. But
the seven of us that were captains got along so well. It felt like we were really like living together as like a team for.
I mean, we were though, man. Like, Lord knows, like 2 or 3 months, and it was like every moment of every day, you all were there.
Yes,
I remember like calling my family, right? Because they live overseas, so I have to call them. And I just be calling them like, "Oh wait, something's going on in the game right now. Let me slowly listen." For a minute.
Hey, you got to have your priorities in order, man. For real.
Well, I mean, that was great because, like, we would riff on about the game for a while. Then Brass and I mean, well, look at us now. I mean, I call Brass every day.
Yeah.
A little harder to do that with you, buddy. But it's like, we would just talk about life shit a lot, too, and get to know each other. And, like, Daniel's posting pictures of his house being renovated, you know, and like, you're showing us, like, spiel-like things. And it's like, I mean, I know so much more about Japanese culture through your lens. You know what I mean? It's super cool. Plus Taskmaster, you know, that's the real takeaway from all of this.
That's true. Yeah, we have that Taskmaster channel now, and got everyone watching New Zealand and
incredible.
Oh man,
that's something that I really got to get into. I'm like slacking.
You do actually
slacking on that.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's hard. It's winter's coming up, man. Winter is coming. That sun won't be out.
No.
So what the fuck else you gonna do?
No, totally, dude. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Prepara. No, that's a great memory. That was something I had forgotten about. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, another moment that really stands out is right when you were about to betray Plant. I can't remember what it was, but I posted something. I mean, I don't remember what led to it, but I posted in the channel with them. I was like, we'll make sure we follow all orders with you if you buy me an Imperial IPA, because I was drinking an Imperial IPA at the time. You were like, and that Expendable was like, "Yep, I'll buy it for you," and you were like, "Yeah, okay, if we do it, we'll go through with this deal and we won't betray them." And I was like, "Really? We're just gonna not betray them for the price of one beer?"
Yeah, my kingdom for stout.
But yeah, no one bought the beer in the end, so that happened.
Yeah.
But,
And then,
imagine if he did it.
And
Imagine.
Then it became Brian's Porter after that. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I have bought Brian so much beer, actually, guys. Anyways, all right, guys, we should roll on to this next little question here. All right, I think I know the answer, but I could get surprised. I've been surprised. What's your favorite channel in the BPC, buddy?
Favorite channel?
Yeah, the Beautiful People Club. I call it the BPC for short. Yeah.
I mean, I like my own channel, obviously.
Yeah, and that's a perfectly fine answer. Perfectly cromulent answer.
I mean, the Pokemon channel is pretty much probably Pokemon memes at this point, and it's great. Goat Squad I like because the tournaments are like really hard to keep up with on my time zone, right? Because every single game's in the middle of the night.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to catch up on the memes from each game.
And the drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say Good Times is pretty fun as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty good channel.
Shit, hold on a second.
My Love Life, you like keeping up. I didn't even realize that My Love Life was in the name for that channel for the longest time.
Hold on a second. There we go.
I think I changed it immediately.
Pause.
Pretty much.
No, everything's good. Nina just fucked up the everything.
Oh, okay.
No, but we're fine.
All
Keep going.
All right, but when did you change it, buddy?
I think it's pretty much immediately after your breakup is when I changed the Good Times and Love Life.
Damn, dude. Oh, that's so good.
He's got the power. He's the prepara, dude.
He is, man. Oh my god. So I'm gonna tell a story here about why, like, online dating is an absolute fucking cesspool. I maybe matched with like 20 people in the 3 weeks that I was actively on the apps this year, and 5 of them wanted me to cuckold with them.
Yep.
Think about that.
Yep.
Wow.
Think about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Cuck me, daddy.
Don't date in your 30s. Just fucking give up. Just give the fuck up.
Clearly, that's the lesson here. Clearly.
30 this year, I'll take that message to heart.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I gotta wonder if the dating scene's a little different in Japan culturally or something, but I don't know. Maybe there's something about middle America
as
like
someone
that.
who knows quite a few like culturally Japanese people here, they will see white guys. They won't marry white dudes.
Sure.
Yeah. Is that kind of a good read on it, or am I being absolutely racist?
I have no idea. Dating is
fair enough.
Bothered with. So
fair enough. Yeah, good for you, dude. You're living your best fucking life over there.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, you have more fun than I've had in a long time.
Every week. Every week, Prepara's having more fun than I've had in the past year.
Yeah.
I have a musical later tonight for anime adaptation to a musical. So
God, that's
fuck yeah.
That's so cool. Fuck, dude.
Fuck yeah.
That is so cool.
Is it that time I was reincarnated as a vending machine?
No, I think that's only Geki Shoujo is the name of the anime. It was really, really good. Aired a couple years ago, but actually dealt with like some like real topics like anorexia and the performance industry and things like that.
Oh wow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was a great anime, and yeah, the same people are some of the voice actors carried over now to do a musical, and tonight's the first night, so I'm gonna see that.
Wow.
Hell yeah, man. Well, God bless. So honestly, your answer was pretty great because you kind of touched on why you like each of the channels. But so now for the second most important question I'm going to be asking: what is your favorite wedding ceremony?
I've never been to a wedding ceremony, so.
Oh well, you have.
Interesting.
Because I've been there with you.
Oh, the TI ones. Okay.
the TI ones. In that case, there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now.
That was good.
Yeah, I definitely liked when we tried to meet up with ghosts in the SAR home system.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it wasn't that we tried to. We did.
Yeah, we did. We were like, let's get married on the SAR home world. And...
license 2, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
That was tight. That was tight. I mean, it felt a little dirty because I think that's when the entire table got pissed. Like, and I don't know if we made some kind of deal.
No, dude, I think that
like,
pissedness just was growing.
It was
growing.
It was growing. But then when we did that, everyone was like really pissed off.
When after the game, we realized everyone was pissed. My personal, like, this is my favorite moment because Phil and I are very good friends now, by the way. And it was because, like, Phil goes, Phil, like, you're complaining, but, like, what did anyone have to offer us more than what we were getting from Ghost?
No,
and he's
totally.
like, nothing.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it's like, I mean, what I realized after the fact is, like, that partnership is, like, almost as bad
Disgusting.
as catfishing. It's almost as bad as catfishing.
It might be worse.
Maybe.
Unironically.
I think it's arguable. It's arguable, but it's like on that level of, like, they have so much to offer each other and they can enable each other in a way that no other person at the table could even dream of doing. You know?
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, and on, like, that map too, where getting around's kind of hard, where all of a sudden getting around's a little better, but these two are like our Malice dream with the Mechatol super. Anyways,
we can get anywhere.
What was it? What was it? It was Bob's. Oh my God, we had a name.
Bob's Superhighway or something. I don't know.
No, we gotta look back. I gotta look back in the archives. They're incomplete.
Of course.
I've forgotten about that. Those Bob things were pretty hilarious as well. The writing.
My friends still make fun of me for my Bob the Builder fan fiction, and I to this day stand by it. High quality shit posting.
Yeah.
Sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. No, don't be
I thought it was so much they made a separate channel just to keep our lore separate.
Hey, other people started writing stuff, and it was super spiteful, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Word.
They killed Bob.
They killed Bob. They did kill Bob. Bob was
Bobbert.
on. Yeah. No. I think
his son Bobbert.
I can't quite remember, but I think I wrote the one where it's like we went and blockaded Cabal's dock, and I just remember it ended with, like, Bob was on Acheron. You know,
Astroth,
like,
yeah.
No, Acheron.
Acheron, yeah, you're right. You're right.
However you pronounce that one, but it was like I just ended it with that, and then so I was the one that put Bob in danger, and then Cabal was just like, "Oh, sweet, we can kill Bob. Let's do it."
Because they captured the Schroeder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, exactly.
That was great.
God, it was such a great game, dude. Like, literally just like flavorful. So jam packed.
That was lightning in a bottle, man. I've said it in every interview I've been a part of. It was lightning in a bottle. Like, for us at least, it was just the perfect group of people with the right attitude, with an unlimited amount of time on our hands, apparently.
Yeah.
The game's similar for other people, right? Like, there was that moment they had, like, the news club going on or something, and I think Wicker's homebrew was very memorable for the people that did it. This game was definitely ours.
No, definitely. And, you know, we've all, I mean, Brass is still pretty involved with community games, and I got involved for 2 more games after that, but then life has been kind of a pretty constant. I don't want to say dick punch, because a lot of great things have happened, but I've had to put the Discord down a little.
Totally.
Things like I wasn't like a lead programmer a year ago, and now I am. So it's hard to play during work. Going to a lot more idle stuff than I was a year ago. It's much harder to play outside of work. Right? Because COVID a year ago, it's just
No, I agree, and I no regrets. I like where I am in life right now, and I hope you like where you're at, my dude. And I'm just glad we still talk. You know, that's like the craziest thing to me. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going away. So.
Oh, that's definitely not fucking going away, my dude.
Hell nah.
All right. So, for real, on God, we got the best question for you. Straight bussin'. Are you on Team Frox or Team Brass, my man?
Oh.
There is a right answer here.
I might just hang up.
Well, see if I mail you something that'll get you deported.
Oh yeah. Okay. No one's rest. Okay.
So funny, dude. So funny. Well, no, I mean, that's fair. That's honestly the funniest non-answer that I think we've heard. So I will. I think we've
legitimately only got non-answers. I was not there for the Spoon interview.
No, Old Man GI chose you. Yeah, just so you know.
No, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, totally.
Damn, I was honestly not gonna check.
Yeah.
Like until the episode happened.
You could feel.
I was
good
gonna have a
about
little
that.
tally mark and write my little book.
Yeah.
I just said other things, you know.
And I won today. And I won. So funny.
Oh man.
Do we got anything else for Prepara?
Well, as far as organized questions, no. Anything you want to say, my dude? Anything you want to hype up? What's going on?
From me?
Yeah.
I mean, thanks to you guys for always hosting this podcast. It's great listening.
Hell yeah.
Always love it. Looking forward to hearing myself on it eventually. Now we're recording this. So.
Hell yeah.
Well, hopefully within the next couple of days.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, man, I say this to all of them, but like, to you, it's you and I have really kind of broed out on some Pokemon. You've been there for me, and like, and maybe you didn't know a lot of tough times, and I really appreciate that, man. And thank you, seriously.
Well, I will continue being here for you in tough times without knowing it. Also, if you want me to know it, I can do that.
Oh, yeah, I know, for sure. It's just one of those things. Definitely, my man. So, yeah. Yeah, what about you, Brass? Anything you need to say?
Not necessarily. Just that I'm going to keep being on just like so entertained and delighted by you every time, Prepara.
No, seriously.
Like, literally every time. And, I had this one random memory earlier that I wanted to bring up, and this was like pretty early on into like getting to know you in game 2, and you like posted this link to, like, I didn't know anything about Prepara, like the show, like at all. Like I didn't know anything about it. And then you posted this link where it was like every episode of one of the seasons, and they're all playing at the same time, so it's like 30 different like little mini screens.
Video on my computer, it's all 191 episodes plus 5 movies. All 196 tiles happens to fit perfectly on a screen, so it's impossible to piece out any of the audio, but you can literally watch the whole show at once.
You can watch the whole show at once. So I had such like, I don't know, I had a moment where I was like watching this thing and I was just like trying to decipher just like what the fuck am I even watching, like I didn't even like understand like that it's this anime really or whatever. I was just like, what is this, dude? But I'm entertained, always entertained and delighted.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude. Well, hey, man, Prepara, we fucking love you so much. You ever need anything from us? Ever have an idea for the show? You ever just want to be on? Let us know. You have with all the bad caps, you are here. You are the show. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well,
with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close things out here, and it's time to chill with Susan.
An excerpt from The Tortoise and the Ghost, a Gurgen and Sinkel mystery. The doctor floated. He was free. His mind spanned the galaxy, dancing with the fundamental elements and energies that bound it together, luxuriating in the pure joyousness of existence. Light was his companion, gravity his muse, and together the three spun molecules an unmade... Oh, depths of darkness, no! Professor Gurgen! The twice-digitized voice buzzed through the liquid of Fenn's sleeping pod, leaving visible trails of vibration bubbles in its wake. I am sleeping. Leave me alone. You are speaking, which means you are no longer sleeping. There was no emotion in the words, even before the tank speakers further flattened the artificial vocalizations. But Fenn knew his companion loved to disturb his sleep. The more petty indignities heaped upon the doctor's life, the happier his companion became. There is an emergency. The doctor took a lungful of water, letting it slowly drain out his mouth in a sigh. His brain was slowly coming online, which he hoped was a temporary inconvenience. So there is an emergency. Are we in immediate danger? No. Then it's not my emergency. Good night. Fenn Gurgen slapped the speaker to shut it off, then flicked a display and winced at the time. He'd been sleeping only 4 hours, and the close wormhole and stellar phenomena conference began tomorrow. His own fault for working on notes so late into the night, but if he could get his brain to shut off quickly, he could salvage enough of the morning. The opaque lid on his tank slid open, and 2 glowing red eyes stared down at him out of a looming bronze frame. The flat machine voice spoke again. Professor Gurgen, You will attend to this emergency. It is quite important. The doctor sighed and rose. His head broke water, and he tread in place, eyes level with his constant companion. He took a moment to inhale stale ship air, already missing the filtered oxygen of his custom tank. But he would have this talk face to face. An emergency, yet we are not in danger. A poor excuse of an emergency, and hardly a reason to interrupt us or involve us. Explain. There has been a murder. Oh. I didn't do it. I am aware, the Gaslight soldier said, the emotionless voice somehow still dripping with sarcasm. I would have noticed. I'm sure, the Hylar professor said. And I take it you as well are innocent of this crime? I am insulted by the implication, said Lieutenant Sincal. Then I once again fail to see how this could be considered an emergency. We have been requested to attend the murder scene as consultants. We've what? There was no world, no universe where that made sense. It was far too early to be having this conversation. Or was it far too late? The Hylar wondered woozily. Gurgen was groggy from half-finished sleep, his eyes burning from the room lights that Sinkel had on max illumination. The recycled ship air was sucking the moisture out of his gills. It was a bad start to what was clearly going to be a worse day. Fen fought his brain into order, closed his eyes, and focused on the lapping water against his scales. Time to make order and patterns out of the chaos. We have been requested, as consultants, to a murder investigation? We have. Why? Currently unclear. The Winarian crew member was distraught as we spoke and mentioned needing your expertise. My expertise? That's what the crew member said. That was a precise word she used, yes. My expertise. Professor Gurgen floated, mind taking in the data and ordering it. The silence stretched in their makeshift passenger quarters. Several possibilities presented themselves to the Hylar, none particularly good. Do we think the Winarians know who I actually am? No, the Gaslight said quickly, clearly having considered the same possibility. If they did, the conversation would have gone much differently. They would have sent guards here for a start. With guns. Drawn guns. Huh, alright. So they want Professor Fen Gurgen. At least that's something in our favor, and right now I'll take any advantage we have. But what does an astrophysicist have to consult about on a murder? Unclear. Huh. Fen dipped a hand back into the water, pulling some liquid and lifting it to drizzle over his head. It was an unconscious motion, his hindbrain firing a physical response as the rest of his mind ran unexpected calculations. I think you lied to me, Sin. How so? We're both in danger. The Gaslight was silent, then nodded their helmet slowly. Yes, you are right. We are. Consult, Gurgen muttered. Not witness, not interview, consult. They found something they don't understand. They think that I might. There's something at a murder scene that an astrophysicist might understand that a ship's doctor does not. Depths, I do not need that kind of attention. Do we know who's dead? A new crew member? I do not believe so. I doubt the ship would bring in outsiders on a purely internal matter. The crew member that came was wearing diplomatic robes. I believe they were part of the ship's liaison corps. So a passenger, then. A citizen of another stellar government that was supposed to be protected by the Winu Diplomatic Corps. Depth, Sin. There's a lot of important passengers on the ship. This could get very messy. I concur. As I mentioned, the crew person was visibly distraught. And they came to our room with this? Came to us directly? Didn't call us? Are they waiting outside right now? Indeed. They are awaiting our answer to the consultation. Good. Let them wait. I'm thinking. Fen ducked below the waterline, his grateful gills pulling in purified oxygen as his body tension eased. Gurgen could exist out of water for extended stretches, but existing and thriving were not the same. To truly think he needed the calm of the liquid pressure against his body, and so he sat, a stone at the bottom of a pool, as his mind worked. It did not take long. Removed from the distractions of the atmospheric world, the next step was utterly clear to him, and so the professor reemerged. Okay, this is a problem. It is multiple problems. One at a time. When presented with a complex system, always address one problem at a time. The first problem is the request we have been given. Our situation is tenuous. We're isolated and exposed. Passengers on a Winu ship, surrounded by crew we don't trust and other passengers even less, one or more of whom are apparently murderers. That is the current operating theory, Sinkal agreed. And I agree this is far from an ideal situation for us to become involved in. It would entangle us into a clearly political situation, but a refusal carries risks as well. If we refuse a reasonable request for aid, it would draw notice and suspicion. We cannot afford the Winu to look into us, not while we are still on their vessel. If they detain us, any help we might have is light years distance.
Exactly. And since we don't have the option to safely ignore the situation, we need to learn what's going on. But we are not in control here, so we need some protection.
I am your assigned protector. I will...
No, these are Winu. I mean, we need bureaucratic protection. We need cover, leverage, a little bit of control. And to start with, that means we need a signature.